What's night 150?
149, I believe.
149. We're gonna end the year on 150. Looks like it. Wow.
I mean, you said it like it's a bad thing.
No, that sounds pretty hype. That sounds like we planned it, like we scheduled it or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's our last game of the year. 17th, 150. Wow. If we played every single Sunday, that implies that this campaign's been going on for 3 years, which would be impossible for any D&D campaign to go on that long. So we must have padded some extra episodes in there just to look good. I don't know. But anyways, let's get this Factspiration question going. All right. Tonight's Factspiration question. Could we even have a fresh one after all this? Oh my goodness. If your character could change anything, what would it be, why, and what price would they pay to do it? Holy shit. Alright.
Nice.
So I'll throw that. That's a good one. That's a good one. Alright, while you ruminate on that, is there anybody who, for a recapspiration, a inspiration that does not expire on a long rest, something you guys get a ton of, well, you used to before you went to hell, give me a d20 if you do like to do a recap. Else, I will try my best to recall what happened last week. I believe you toured a factory of some sort. That's what I'm remembering.
Yeah, a factory. Food processing plant, I think.
I mean, it was a factory of sorts.
Listen, the world government, they want us to start eating worms. This is pretty much just a preview of what's coming when they take America's rights away. The rights to eat the meats.
Did you guys watch Snowpiercer? Like the original movie? Well, not the original.
No, did they eat worms in Snowpiercer?
So is anyone planning on watching it?
I've seen it. You can go ahead. You can go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Okay.
Spoiler, internet, but if you haven't seen it by this point,
Skip forward like 2 minutes if you don't want to hear Snowpiercer spoilers.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, so
this is the train, right?
Yeah, this is the train.
Okay.
So part of the backstory is like all like the poor people are crammed on the back, and it was overcrowded, and so people ate babies to survive.
Oh wow!
Yeah, there was like hardcore cannibalism until like one day they were like, no more cannibalism, and then some way somehow like the rich people at the front of the train got food for the people at the back of the train, and knowing that everyone remembers like we ate babies, imagine Chris Evans having eaten a baby.
Every day. I imagine it every day.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the beginning of the film, it is discovered that the food cubes that the poor people are being fed were just ground up cockroaches, basically. And like, there's the scene where
much
like
more than babies.
Yeah. So there's a scene of like the cockroaches being processed in this huge vat, and it's kind of like intense.
Yeah.
But we just shrug out the fact that we were all just cannibals. That's casual, but we're all just disgusted and grossed out by the fact that we're eating bugs right now.
Oh. Yeah, when you put it like that, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right.
It's like, honestly, though, where do they think that this vast, endless supply of meat was coming from, if not grinding up babies? Like,
Soylent Green!
They're like, oh, we just found there's a train car full of cows, a couple cars back.
You know what? We don't have time to give me the context. I know nothing about Snowpiercer, but I guess they all live on a train? Anyway, Don't tell me. I'll figure it out. All right, so let's play Dungeons & Dragons. What's the recap, Julian?
So, we did end up touring a factory, as you pointed out. But, we sat on the doorstep of Keeper 3's cube and, knocked and waited and knocked and waited. We eventually let ourselves in, only to discover that our way was blocked by a pair of golems, which they took on my form, and they took on Oren's form. And realizing that this could be a rather nasty fight, we decided we'll just stand down, see what happens, and they stood down themselves. And after basically setting off, the guard dog was barking, Cube Keeper 3 did make an appearance, gave us a tour of the facility, where we discovered he is, keeping the hunger at bay, and he's doing so by force feeding purple worms to it, and force breeding said purple worms. And Maya, being a very wise and empathetic person, was all too aware of the pain and suffering. They did entreat us to break the scythe, free their master Hades, um, whomever that is, or at least come up with some other plans. They aren't stuck there indefinitely, or at least until the apocalypse comes. But to be determined whether or not we will engage in that. From there we headed off to the island of the Titans, um, where we discovered the petrified remains of Yala, who has been stripped down to bones at this point. So she is trapped inside her fleshless, organless body, as far as we can see from the remains, screaming into the void of her mind. And if we are able to reverse her state, she will go on a rampage the world has never been seen. Wait, are we making a Brooklyn Nine-Nine joke? Anyway,
keep going. Focus.
and then we spoke with Galron, who we gave him the full scoop of everything, and if we can get him released, he will temper Yala and help us as best we can. We swapped stories, telling him we know what everything has happened, and he gave us some background as far as what transpired with Kentamane permitting Lutheria and Sidon to act as they have. And then we discussed our options. I approached Andronikos about killing Lutheria, which we brought to the greater group with the aid of my grandmother. And Oren brightly pointed out, that's a bloody fucking stupid plan, because I am a conduit for Lutheria. So we've decided we will try and parley with her, try and get some weapons out of her, not quite sure, but we're still trying to figure out what the next move is. So we left off mid-conversation.
All right. Yeah, I will add a recapitulation to your character sheet. If anybody would like to answer the fact expiration question, roll a d20 into chat.
Oh, and are we NPCing Maya, or is somebody running her?
I mean, I can NPC Maya. I mean,
It's big shoes to fill.
you just
They're huge shoes.
you stress out about which of your 50 concentration spells you'd like to use, because you're only allowed one. That's non-Moon Druid life right there. Should be fine. I play support every Tuesday. Can't be that bad.
If your character could change anything, what would it be? Why? What first did it?
Somehow her character I think her character might be the least complicated of all 5 of you guys' characters.
Probably.
So, yeah.
What? No way.
You have a lot of fucky homebrew spells.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you ever want to do something besides set up the tripod and fire off Eldritch Blast, it's like
That's true.
time-
That's true.
time to go down the rabbit hole.
How many
That's
resources
right.
am I tracking?
Andronikos' homebrew smite system, which none of us ever really understood, and probably still don't to this day.
Mhm. Yep.
Julian's 15 different classes, and Oren's the A5E fighter.
Hold on.
So I just fucking check out when I look at his sheet. I'm just like, A5E.
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
Never have to deal with that in Pathfinder.
You know what? I'll answer the facts first. If I could change anything, I'd make A5E never come out.
Oh man,
I fucking hate A5E.
got some pretty good stuff. I'm just saying.
It's so good I left for Pathfinder. That's how fucking good it was. So good it made me quit the system. Alright. It looks like Julian got a 19. Double feature Julian. Alright. Julian.
So to clarify, is this just anything at all, or is this something about
I mean, it's a
myself?
pretty open-ended question. It says change anything. It's a big
now
question.
knowing what I know, I suppose I don't know what I might pay. I guess I might be the ultimate price, just to
I don't know. You cut off.
Just
Wait,
to,
wait. Oh,
hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. I was saying that I guess I might pay the ultimate price just to make Sidon not quite such a dick, just to make this whole, Odyssey not quite so insurmountable for the others.
So all you would do then is tweak the difficulty settings so that he was less insurmountable?
Well, no. I mean, actually change the man's personality so that he's more, more amicable. That he's less bloodthirsty, less, I don't know, Machiavellian, something.
Make it so that he doesn't want to wipe out all the settlers.
Yes.
I see. Interesting.
Find a third way, as we tend to do. We're always presented with a binary option, but we tend to do something completely different. But usually it's fuck it back to Mitros. So.
What price would you pay for that, though?
I said I paid the ultimate price.
Wow.
What is that?
Sacrifice myself.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you were going to give them SIBO.
Oh.
What? No!
That's the ultimate price.
I helped Sibo burn his son in the middle of a fight. Why would I sacrifice my friend?
We've got backup SIBO.
Yeah, your wife. Why would you sacrifice your wife? Remember that?
Yeah, hold on. I'm getting messages from a random NPC. She wants to know, define ultimate price. Like, cause there are things far worse than death, Julian of Mitros. Like, how bad are you willing to, how down bad are you willing to go for this?
Oh my god. We did phone a friends now on this.
I suppose I need to counter that with an explanation of, like, what's worse than death. Are we talking about Yala's suffering?
Oh, far worse. She says that she would show you such agonies, such torments, and such sorrow that you and everyone you know could never imagine it together. It's that bad. Like,
she wants to marry you.
Oh dang! I don't think she'd be the worst. I'm the worst wife. I definitely don't think it'd be a good experience. But I mean, I don't know.
There's the unicorn.
That joke in chat.
The hot crazy scale.
Listen. It's hard to have a relationship with someone with bipolar disease. Okay, just saying. All right, bipolar disorder. All right. It's just... Anyways, all right. You may ask the same question, Julian, of anyone you've met previously in the adventure.
I can't use the meta information, but I kind of want to know what Sidon would think.
Ooh. Oh. Yeah, I know exactly what the answer to that would be, and I cannot tell you because it would spoil too much of the campaign.
Oh, well, in that case,
yeah.
Let's go with Vulcan.
Okay. Shit.
You go the other way.
That might also spoil the campaign.
Okay, let me see.
No.
Kyra, let's go with my mom because she would be incredibly selfish about it.
Okay. Damn. You know what? Can we go back to Vulcan? That'd be a better answer for me.
Oh my god.
Oh, you know what? Fuck it. What would Telemachus change?
Oh man.
Nice, spoiling everything.
Telemachus wouldn't change a thing. Life is what happens to you. It's your story.
What a boss.
Yeah. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, it's yours.
I'm watching a lot of Netflix One Piece, and anytime Luffy doing something crazy, I'm just thinking, it's Telemachus right here.
But yeah, he wouldn't change a thing. He wouldn't change a thing. But to give you a little bit, Vulcan would he would have prevented the Five from ever coming to Thylea if he could change anything. And he would cease to exist if it would mean the Five never came to Thylea.
Damn.
Yep. So there you go. On that happy note, let's jump back into it.
Music swap.
You guys are on the boat, I believe, leaving the heading towards leaving Titan Island and heading towards the Isle of Oathbreakers? Question mark.
I don't know if we decided.
Yeah, because we kind of got heated with what to do about Lutheria, and we
Oh
had a
yeah.
meta conversation about what are the player goals versus the PC goals.
Hmm. Well, I think, let's see.
But to answer your question from earlier, Crash, Julian would take on a good. I don't know if Julian would be able to commit to like the ultimate pain and suffering, but he would commit to a lot of pain and suffering if he had, knowledge that the worst catastrophe he can conceive of at the moment has been averted. With aside on having a change of drastic change of heart.
Hmm.
But yeah, do we want to head to the Isle of Oathbreakers? Do we want to visit Lutheria and parlay? What say the group?
Assuming we're still meeting in the war room, with just the 5.
Yeah.
I want to say, before us, I think we have 3 clear paths. We can visit the Isle of the Oathbreakers and the arena within, see about the warden, the state of things. There's the mirror prison with Hezbollah, the dragon that was sent in here with Orestia, that guards the remains of the prison of the Kraken. And then finally there's Lutheria. We could inquire more about her visit to Lutheria, or her visit to Maya, that is, and perhaps inquire about her armory, how we could gain access to it. Between those 3, I think either the Mirror Prison or the Isle of the Oathbreakers should take precedent, considering we know where to find Lutheria, but we don't know the state of those 2 islands currently. And we're closer to both of them.
In a metaphysical way, yeah. Okay. It says you're close on the map, so.
For the Isle of
Maya,
Oathbreakers are
Maya would ask,
What are we hoping to find in the mirror prison, Warren?
any of the items that the dragon has collected in her time in the underworld could prove valuable, almost as valuable as...
Including my chakram.
Exactly. Imagine there's a veritable treasure trove of artifacts there. It would also be interesting to see what sort of prison was constructed to hold the Kraken, and how it was that the creature broke free. Future reference.
I mean, you got Maya's vote. Repping Maya. Maya says mirror prison sounds good. She's also worried that there's going to be a whole lot of shenanigans at the Isle of the Oathbreakers that she just, like, this seems more straightforward.
Perhaps we can learn more about the Isle of the Oathbreakers from those at the prison. Be more forewarned.
Indeed. What say you, Sibo, Andronicus?
sounds fine to me.
I agree. I agree with Andronicus.
All right.
All right,
Give
one.
Moxena the word. Julian and Andronicus, have you checked on the dragons in some time since we've come down here?
No, that's not a bad idea.
I'd be curious to see how the present region is affecting them.
Fair enough. You talking about little Cadmus, Callius,
Cyver.
and Cyver?
Yeah. And not Nicephorus, the other one.
Elpis can
Elpis,
just sort of, he can just sort of bamf away.
Elphus is a dragon in the
Yeah,
same
but I
way
don't
that
want him to be left out. All right, I know he's just
He-
a pseudo dragon. Come
Yeah, I
on.
was like, he's a dragon in the same way that Porygon's a Pokemon.
Yeah, come
you know what I'm
on.
saying?
I feel like Elvis is holding up his Yu-Gi-Oh
Yeah.
card, like, no, I'm not being summoned into this shit.
We're not gonna be
Yeah.
like, oh, let's see how the
This is
dragons are
against Yu-Gi-Oh
doing.
regulation.
You
No.
can't. It's like having you can't just look at all three of the dragons. It's like if you're handing out like treats or something, and you got like 3 dogs and a cat. You know, you're not gonna give the cat a milk bone. You know.
I would.
Now we have to give my cat catnip.
Oh, he's a
favorite
fiend.
treat. Oh yeah, she's a stoner. Like it's the only cat treat she likes is if the drug's flavored. So, let's see. Yeah, so the three dragons have been somewhat subdued down here. The nature of this realm, the magic within, with them being essentially, they're not elemental creatures, but they're elemental adjacent creatures. They feel the world more intensely and more closely than other mortal species. In so much as dragons are essentially immortal. And so yeah, they seem a bit gloomier. They seem a bit more quiet. Kind of introspective. There's not a lot of pranks and shenanigans going on. There's a lot of just staring out into the endless expanse of glowing turquoise waters and staring up at the starry ceiling of the infinite caverns. A lot of like deep introspective, like, what are we? Who are we in the universe? Which is kind of a heavy fucking thing for like 3 kids to be dealing with. So when you find the 3 of them, yeah, they seem a bit overwhelmed. Father Andronikos, Uncle/Father Julian, the 3 of them turn to you, and Stiver says,
Yes? What do you want? Are you finally ready to bring us into battle? That we might bring our powerful breath, our elemental might, against our foes.
Well, that is a conversation that I want to have. Yes, it's not necessarily why we were here this time, but it can be.
I know what this is
I,
about. You want to ask Lady Lutheria to use the time dilation of the nether seas to create a pocket dimension where we will train for 200 years and exit the other side in mere minutes, 2 centuries old, fully matured, and ready for battle.
As intriguing a notion that might be, I'd be worried about your states of mind. It's a lot of stress. We want you not only stronger physically, but also, capable mentally.
I want you to spend those 200 years earning life experience, not just training.
Callius says, I don't want to trade in the nether seas. I don't like it down here.
That's fair. Callius, this should be your choice to make, not mine. I've been very cautious with you, but you're not mine. We're a partnership. If you want to come with us on missions, that should be your decision to make.
Well, hold on. It's not. You're right. It's not an ownership, but we are responsible for your all's well-being.
Wait a minute. These 2 are babies. They can't be on the B team. You gotta be a grown-up like me before you could be on the B team.
I once heard of a game called Skull and Shackles. There were several very young members of the B team.
Well, that sounds very
Some of-
problematic to me.
Yeah, yeah. In hindsight, you're not wrong.
I mean,
Oh,
Halos
shit.
is just a couple hours old, and he's on the B team. So
Oh man. I guess that's kind of true.
Well, hold on. Somebody, and I won't name who, decided, oh, I'll just dump my fucking strength, and I'll just get piggybacked around by the 2-hour-old.
I do
You
find
know,
it interesting.
yeah. By the way, I was just feeling sick at the time. Like, it's definitely what my strength is normal. It's,
Oh yeah, I was about
Yeah.
to say he told
Yeah,
me last week that you dumped strength when I was like, damn, this man lied to my face.
No,
Well,
no,
not my face, but you messaged me and you're like, serious though, what do you advise? Like, you
yeah.
know? And I was like, I think you should dump Dex. I think if you
Yeah.
dump strength, you're gonna be worthless, and if you dump
Yeah.
charisma, it's gonna be real bad for you. And you're like,
Yeah.
these are wise words that I'm gonna think about. I'll definitely be dumping dexterity. And then you don't show up last week,
Yeah.
and then Julian's like, yeah, he just tanked his strength, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I had done it. Yeah, at the end of the last session, I forgot to go back and change it. Yeah.
There's
I
Torm
was trying to
between-
fix it, and I'm like, well, if he's making this commitment, well,
There's
he's
there's
making this
there's the
commitment.
friend that asks you for serious advice about their
Yep.
life and then does
Yep.
the opposite of what you say. I was
Mhm.
like,
Yep.
good stuff,
Yep.
good stuff.
That's how I got married. So yeah.
Oh damn. All right, so Callidius says
But Kyra says that you're like my dad because I don't have any parents, and that until I'm old enough, I should listen to you because you have great wisdom, and that you're very handsome and have big muscles.
She was laying it on thick.
Well, that may be true. You're also your own person. You're your own individual. Our bond enables it to where even if something terrible were to happen to you, we could undo it. We could be all right. But I don't want to put you through that if that's not a risk that you want to take.
Cadmus pipes up and says,
Are you talking about that handbook for being a Dragonlord? Because Grandma Kyra says that thing's just full of shit. She says it's just bullshit in there.
What, like that
Yeah, like she said.
Dragon
yeah,
Tamer's
oh,
first? No, not that.
What she said it was just propaganda. That no dragon would be stupid enough to bind itself to a human rider, or I guess in your case, a fish person.
I mean, she's not wrong.
The specifics in the book aren't really correct. I feel like it must have been like a third or fourth person retelling.
I
Cyber
mean, we
Brass
are
says,
pretty squishy when it comes
Are you
to
trying to
stuff like that.
convince these babies that they should go fight for you because you can make them come back from the dead whenever you want? Because that sounds pretty problematic too.
I'm not trying to convince anyone of anything,
And you can
Cyber.
certainly bring people back to life. Why don't you bring my father back to life? You know, the one you threw in a fucking volcano.
Julie just
because he was
steps
a
away from
terrible person.
Andronicos and is like, yeah, I'm gonna let you take that one.
He was a tyrant. What do you want me to say, Cyber?
I want you to say, I'm sorry I threw your dad into a fucking volcano.
Did you see what he was doing to your people?
They weren't my people. They were my subjects. There's a big difference.
This is why I did what I did.
Listen. Don't listen to this fish guy. I've been taking care of you two while these two are off, jerking around, okay? I'm a dragon, and I know about being a dragon. He's a fish. You wanna know about being a fish? You listen to this guy. You wanna know about being a dragon? You listen to me.
and you see both the youngsters looking at this slightly larger youngster like he's the cool guy. This is the Fonz right here. This is the guy that's teaching them how to be dragons while you guys are off being adventurers. They both nod at him, and Cadmus says,
Big bro knows what's up. Big bro's teaching us how to be dragons. The other day, he had us chase down one of the goats. It was so scared, we kept using our dragon fear on it, and it pooped itself to death.
And then they all make evil laughs.
All right.
Kind of sounds
Enough
like
of
this.
that. Cyber, you're not setting
what's
a
up,
good
Julian?
example for the. You're not setting a good example for the others.
Hey, buddy,
No.
I'm the only father figure they have right now. You guys are too busy just wandering around, sailing your boat.
No, we are not too busy. We are keeping them safe out of harm's way
I
as
see.
best as we are able.
Mm-hmm.
And your skewed perspective is warping them.
Now you wouldn't
You-
even let us go see that Hexia lady. I didn't see any baby dragons brought to the Hexia. I mean, that would have been a great learning experience. Nope, you just keep them cloistered away so you could control their minds.
Wait, weren't you just saying that it would be bad if we brought them with us, and now you're saying it's bad that we don't bring them with us? You need to make a choice, Cyber.
He
Choose a
looks
side.
he looks at you and says, "See how confused you are? You're not fit to be a father."
Cyber, can I talk to you privately a moment?
Yeah, sure. What's up, buddy?
What are you trying to do here?
I'm trying to keep these
really?
kids safe. That guy's nuts.
No, no. You're not trying to keep them safe. You're
I'm
trying
definitely
mold
trying to
them in-
keep them safe. Callius told me that that guy keeps trying to bring her into battle, into scary fights and stuff. He thinks that she could just keep coming back to life.
He misspoke.
Well,
I
she's
know what's
scared,
really
man.
going on. You have an axe to grind with Andronikos.
Yeah, I do. He killed my father, ruined my life. Now I'm stuck babysitting your guys' dragon babies that you're too busy to actually be there for. And we don't have any treasure. We don't have a horde. We don't have anything. You treat us like fucking dogs.
Are you mistreated? Do we beat you? Do we starve you?
Species, we have bigger brains than you. We should be treating you like dogs.
And then he goes to kick something and knocks it over.
Cyber, have we raised a hand against you?
You killed my dad.
Your father
And
was...
then my mom.
Your so-called parents were brutalizing
So-called?
subjugating an entire people.
It's called a found family, Julian. I guess Mr. I know who my mom and dad is doesn't know what that's like.
I have my own bond with the others, but the way you're carrying on is adversely impacting Callius and Cadmus.
You think so? How would you know? This is your first time talking to him in what, 40 episodes? Fuck you, old man!
Yes, fuck me, you're right. However, just because I've done something wrong, and you have every right to call me out on it, doesn't give you carte blanche to do wrong things
You can't
yourself.
use Elven on me. Don't you switch languages. Draconic or common.
Fine. You do not have free reign to warp the others to get back at us.
Warp the others? What does that mean? You think there's something wrong with me?
I think you have a lot of anger, and I think you're taking it
think
out
so?
on them.
Taking it out on them? I'm keeping them safe. I'm teaching them to survive.
By scaring goats, by terrifying others.
It's
What kind of
called
message is that
Dragon
sending?
fear. It's something that we do.
But you have to realize where you fit in with the rest of the world.
What is that goat? You keep it on the boat to sacrifice it to gods and then eat it.
You are correct.
Its whole
However,
life is spent in a cage.
it is the intent where how you carry out your actions.
How are they gonna learn?
We will teach them. We will be better.
That's what I'm doing.
You are leading by a bad example.
What? You're a better dragon than I am?
No, but I can be more compassionate than you.
That's not what I heard. I heard about all the things you did when this adventure first got started.
And yes, I have
And I'm the
learned from
kind of
those
guy that
mistakes.
doesn't forgive people's past mistakes. I'm the kind of guy that brings it up forever. And I'm
As well
gonna
you
live a
should.
long
You'll
time,
keep me
and I'll
honestly
never
in
forget.
check.
Mm.
Cyber, I appreciate you taking the initiative, but you have to temper your anger against Andronikos and not let it cloud your judgment with the other dragons. If you're not going to allow me to escape my past, I'm not going to allow you to escape yours either. You're plotting Andronikos' murder, and I suspect you are still now. And you think that that is dragon-like behavior? Truly?
Listen,
How could...
you're coming at me right now because you realize how absent you've been in the lives of these little ones that depend on you. You see me as a threat because I've been here. When you stepped out, I stepped up.
You did. And I was wrong to step out, but I'm back now. I'm going to correct my mistake.
And I guess I could just fucking jump off the boat because you decided on a
No.
whim that you're back.
We didn't decide on a whim. We realized that we were negligent in our duties.
Duties.
Yes. And Cyber, do
Who's
you...
teaching them how to fly? Who's teaching them how to use their breath weapons? Who's teaching them how to use dragon fear? Me! That's who! That's who, the guy whose life got ruined! The guy who had everything, and it all got taken away! I was the Prince of Fire Island! You took it all away from me! You took me prisoner,
Andronicus
basically!
puts his
I had
head
no
in.
choice!
Andronicus pokes his head in and said, I did all those things with Callius before we even recruited you. And then he pokes his head back out.
You're just
Good
eavesdropping on
job! She would fucking fly upside down.
Okay. So, Cyber,
Teaching
what
people
do
to
you
fly
want
with a
out of
board
this?
book? Come on.
Cyber, what do you want at this point? Do you want to be
What?
included?
What does that mean? I don't want these two dragged off into a war that you guys can't win.
All right,
Everyone
then.
that you have around you is just a soldier. All these people on this boat, all these creatures on the boat, you don't care about nobody except beating Sidon. I watch people die every week. They're dying to sea monsters. They're dying to storms. You're doing crazy shit all the time. People are dying. And you guys are just like, well, I guess we'll get more people. Well, you can't do that with those two. Because those two matter to me. And you already took the people that mattered to me once, and I'm not going to let you do it again.
All right, then. So it sounds to me like you want to be part of their training, and you want to hold us accountable, yes?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, then. If you wish to be part of this, I need you to set a better example. I appreciate you treating them in certain abilities, but we need to learn temperance, compassion. It's not just brute force and anger all the time.
I don't have the capacity for those things, Julian.
Yes, you do.
You see his eyes kind of like roll back at his head, and then like there's just like this inner heat of like fire burning there, and he's like,
I am what I am, Julian.
and Julian, you do recall that many of the dragons in the world have been corrupted by the fates. That the color of their scales means nothing as far as their temperament and alignment goes.
You are who you are, Cyber, and I believe that you have the capacity for much. And if you want to prove me wrong, show me that I don't fully, understand you, then let's spend more time together as well.
He's
Show me who you
gonna
truly
need
are.
a persuasion roll. He's gonna need a persuasion roll. So.
Okay. That good or that bad?
Well, he says,
I guess I'm willing to give you a chance to make right what went wrong, but if that blue blowhard is gonna be around, it's not gonna go so well. There's just some people that you look at them and you know that there's no way they could ever have kids. I feel like that's Andronicus. How could anybody that self-absorbed ever have any room in their heart for anyone else?
Andronicus is a surprisingly compassionate person. If you spent time with him, you might be surprised.
he narrows his eyes into two fiery slits and stares over at Andronicus.
Spend time with him, see what you think. And please, please try not to kill him.
All right, but if he calls me champ or buddy, I'm gonna just breathe fire. No, he likes fire. I'm gonna push him off the boat.
Please don't do that.
He likes water too.
Not this water, buddy.
Not this water, motherfucker.
Nobody likes this water.
That's fair.
There's a whole table for how unlikable this water is. All right, he's willing to stand down and give you guys a chance to assume the roles that you are supposed to be doing.
All right, so I had assumed the whole time that anytime when we're on the boat and we're not in a hero huddle in the war room, that Andronicus is hanging out with Callius and Halise.
Okay.
We did articulate that, though.
I mean, that's fair, except for that,
I did at some
except
point.
for the side that you were like in your boat, like out, being dragged behind the
No,
ship.
yeah, absolutely.
So the times that you were like being dismantled, on,
Specifically when I'm on the boat and we're not.
Are you
doing
trying to
something else.
say that you think that a teenager is latching
No,
on to all?
I'm clarifying for the audience.
Okay. I was gonna say, are you trying to say that?
To do with Cyber's reaction. Cyber's reaction is very
angry,
much inside his character.
Yeah. An angry teenager only pointing out your flaws and your shortcomings and completely ignoring every good thing you've ever done for them? Psst. What? Unbelievable.
For real though, can we get Cyber on the B team? Is that a doable thing?
Yeah, Cyber would be on the B team if you wanted him on the B team.
Fuck yeah.
Are you sure that's entirely wise?
I think that he needs to spend more time seeing how we do things and what we do. And I think he wants to feel included, and I think this is a good way to do that.
I'm back.
I don't disagree that he needs to learn, but I don't know if B team is the way to go about it. But I'm lost
I mean,
for any other
it's
ideas.
safer than literally bringing a baby into battle.
It is.
Which is why half of my subclass has gone completely unused, because I don't want my little baby dragon to get hurt.
It's a tough design space. It's a tough, for sure.
Well, time for us to step up as parents, I suppose. Oh, and Andronicus, please, don't use nicknames with Cyber. I think that might upset him.
What about sport?
Definitely not.
Kiddo.
Nope, that's right.
Tyke.
What
little
about
tyke.
what about my little brass buddy?
That one's
No.
that's buddy. The buddy part's not good, but you were close. It was close. Something
what
worked.
about
Champ,
wrestling?
buddy, kiddo.
Brass was pretty
Wrestling.
good. Oh, Brassling?
I think any nicknames that are in that suggest youth or smallness, just leave out the nicknames altogether. It
No, I
might
was
turn
just
into a
gonna-
murderous rage and throw you into the
Julius, I
seats.
was just gonna call him by his name.
Sounds like an excellent idea.
Tiger.
That one does kind of work.
Okay, MJ.
So well, if you don't want him on the B team, then I won't tell you his special B team
Oh
ability.
no, I want him on the B team.
All right, let's give him a shot.
His ability is called Vexatious Aura.
That's such a teenager thing.
While he's on the B team, you have disadvantage to all social skills.
Wait, what?
However, enemies have disadvantage on their concentration checks.
Nice.
Okay, so we just have to roll on Cyver and Brianna at the
gotta
same
roll
time.
And yeah, we gotta roll him and Brianna at the same time, and then only
You just cancel each other out.
So that's just like, that's Brianna just like hanging out with Cyber in the background to.
I mean,
Oh,
she's way cooler than a
also-
lot of us. She's like
also-
teaching him dance moves and shit.
Also, once per day, he can allow you to critically fail any social check.
Hell yeah.
Allow
So
you
if
to. Nice.
So if you ever want to auto critically fail a social encounter, he's there for you.
We got plenty of low
And you
charisma
didn't
people who can
want
do
him
that
on the
normally.
B team.
I'm gonna tell you what, he in the entire run of Odyssey Prime, he was never slotted.
Let's bring him to Hezbollah.
And he actually had an adopted parent on Prime, and they still didn't bring him on the team for anything.
Wow.
Eh,
Well, we're
he's
gonna.
a little. He could be a
Is
little
his,
annoying. He's a little
Is
annoying.
his side quest to murder Andronicus?
Yeah.
Yes.
We can knock
Well-
that one out right now.
Here's the thing. His side quest is to see Andronicus laid low.
Bro, that's his whole fucking life since he
Well,
joined
if he was
up.
on the B team, he would have already accomplished it.
That's true.
Yeah, when you got
That's
murked by the
true.
scythe.
Except that I don't know if I feel like it'd be accomplished for like 3 seconds and then he'd forget, and so it'd be unaccomplished again.
I feel like
That's true.
Cyber's the type to. He's got like a stone tablet he's just like scratching into to like make sure he doesn't forget Andronicus facts.
Yeah, he reads his list every morning. It's just your name. You know,
Andronicus, Andronicus.
It's 50 first dates, but it's like 50 first hates. It's all about
Yeah.
Andronicus.
He wakes up, he's
Carved-
having a great
carved-
morning,
yeah,
and then he rolls
Carved
over.
in draconic runes on his tail scales, it just says Andronicus killed your parents.
Oh my god. Rekindles his fury. Alright. Well, with that settled, let's roll.
Now, Callius and Cadmus, they can join the B team, and how they would work is they would essentially be familiars. You could use like the spell Find Familiar to bring them out. If they did die in the line of duty, it would be like Skyrim helper taking a knee and limping off the battlefield kind of thing. They'd be like, I tried my best, and then they'd like fly away to heal. Unless they were like, go explore this tub of acid. It'd be kind of hard to explain that one away, but you know.
Because Cyber brings a good point, but perhaps we should wait on bringing them into battle in less dire surroundings.
I don't want to force anything on them. I just want them to know that it's an option if they want it.
I suppose. Just I feel really uncomfortable with it, especially right now.
Part of our duty as their caretakers, as you put it, is to allow them to grow. And they can't do that if they're just always here. I'm not saying I like the idea of putting them in danger. I'm just saying that it's their choice to make, not ours, and we'll take as good of care of them as we can while they're out there. But they should still be given that option if they want to.
All right. Well, I'll ask Cadmus what he wants to do, and you can ask Callias, and we'll try and convince Cyber that we're not complete shitheads. Cadmus, do you wish to come out and about at this stage, or would you rather hang out on the ship until we can get out of the nether seas?
Yeah, I'd love to get out and see the world, even if it's the Nether Sea. Get out there, get some real world experience.
All right.
Maybe we could get pizza.
What toppings, though? I think we would need to reach an agreement on what we would have.
Bugs.
Callias and Andronicus look at each other and say, anchovies.
Yeah, that too. That's good. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Pineapple.
that's fine. Yes.
Damn, I can feel the psychic damage. Strong.
That's fine.
Listen.
Strong father.
Listen.
Strong father.
I personally am okay with pineapple on pizza. I'm sure this will
on
set
certain
everyone.
pizza. No, on certain pizza it's required. Listen, if you so basic bitch that you can't understand that pizza is a blank canvas for flavors, then you just basic. You know what I'm saying?
My favorite thing is buffalo chicken with jalapenos
Oh,
and pineapple.
that's good. It's good pizza.
Warren's over here like, whatever happened to pepperoni? The classics.
I'm not knocking the classics. It's just, something different.
You don't always have to mix it up.
They make a rope pizza in Astoria.
Garlic knots. Excellent.
Garlic nuts. There you go.
All right.
Light on the garlic though. You don't want it to be too much there, Warren. I don't know.
All right. So the B team: Callias, Cyver, Cadmus.
Alos.
Well,
Georgos.
with Cadmus and Callias, they're familiars, not B team, right? Or
I
are
think
No,
it's-
they're on the B team now, baby.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's plotting them into the B team allows them to be used as super familiars.
Okay, now I
So
understand.
they have their stats and they are allowed to use their breath weapon once per short rest.
Got it.
But per the familiar union, since you guys aren't chain warlocks, they cannot make any additional attacks. But yeah, if you check your B team document, they're down at the bottom, the three of them.
What about Halos? Did you add Halos? He's been
I
asking
need
me
to
also.
re-level Callias too.
I'll officially add him. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Halos, son of Sibo.
Down in the kids section.
Yeah.
He sits in the little yellow Fisher Price chair with the dragons. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. I'm gonna put halfling question mark for the race because I'm not
Yeah.
a species. I'm not 100% sure.
Mhm.
Same. Well.
He's earnest and kind. Loves his dad.
Good kid.
All right, and his ability is now that you don't have a bad strength, he can actually have a real ability.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna put Aura of
Half-
Hope.
Personal shield.
Wait, what?
Oh, what? Call it CPS on you.
You stand right here and just let me shoot over your shoulder. You're doing great, kid.
All right. Aura of Hope. When slotted, everyone.
That's probably considered tame for Noriande too.
That's true. Yep. You do that before you can walk in Noriande.
I
One
also feel like
time
it's common
only.
practice at Noriade that people probably just have kids that just eat them.
All right, there you go. So his ability is Aura of Hope. When slotted, everyone gets advantage to death saves. And one time only, he can die to save Sibo. Let me correct this. Die forever to save Sibo.
Slot him now.
Okay. Bringing what? Callius, Cyber, Cadmus.
You're like, so let's investigate this prison
Yeah.
in hell
You
where
know.
one of the strongest monsters of all time was stored and escaped, and now another monster lives there. We're bringing 4 children.
Hey, that's on the parents. You know, I'm bringing Yorgos.
5
I
children.
feel like in a way that's also bringing your child. This is the baby squad. Look at this.
We're roommates, all right.
Babies.
And they were roommates.
Yeah. All right. As you guys are slotting the B team, Cyber's feeling pretty good about things, and then his nostrils flare. He looks over, sees Yorgos. He says,
Are you fucking kidding me?
and when he says that, Cadmus says,
Yeah, you fucking kidding me? That guy's a fat idiot.
and then Cyber and him do a fist bump, and Callius hides her face because she can't believe the foul language that these two are using. But also, she does think he's kind of a fat bastard.
They just leave they leave him hanging, and Halos goes in for the high five.
Well, I mean, yeah, Halos arrives
With Yorgos. And he says, hey everyone, I'm Halos. I'm Sibo's son. This is my very good friend Yorgos of the Underworld. Really happy to be here today. It was my first mission, well, my second mission as a B team member. I heard that you guys are new to the B team, and I want to say that I'm really happy to meet you, and it's good to have some people my own age to hang out with.
this guy right here.
Cyber turns
So
into like
fucking
the drill instructor from Forrest Gump. Nobody gives a hunk of shit who you are, plus ball.
Yorgos reaches into himself and he produces some sandwiches that he's been hiding there for a while, and he says,
Don't worry, I brought you some snacks. Sometimes they forget to feed you when you're on the B team.
and Cyber looks at him and says,
So their negligence never fucking stops. I see. Cool. Good to know they don't just abuse their kids. Yeah.
and Yorgos says,
Well, everyone except Oren. He always makes sure that I put my toga on right, and then I got lots of snacks in case I get hungry. Oren's the sweetest, nicest guy in the whole boat.
and everyone on the B team kind of nods in agreement, like that checks out. Yeah, champion of the goddess of death. He's definitely the nicest guy in the whole boat. And Halos says, well, my dad's pretty cool too. And they all look at him like, they kind of shrug like, eh.
That's okay.
Cyber, you're not being abused. Stop whining about that.
Oh, I see. Oh, upper management's already here, breathing down our necks. This is what it's like to have a job, kids. This
Be
is
nice
working man's life.
to Yorgos. He is.
Oh no! Now that I know
useful.
that he's suffering alongside us, we're bros now.
And
Oh, how
Yorgos says,
convenient.
we're bros?
I teach Cyber the word gaslit.
And be nice to Halos, please.
He takes you aside. He says,
Julian, I mean, we just had a conversation about bringing babies. Isn't this guy like 3 days old or something?
With a beard like that?
You can't fool me, okay? Everybody talks. They said that he was birthed on the battlefield, right out of Sibo's anus. Smells like it too. Maybe that's just Yorgos.
Just be nice to him.
How is Sibo even walking around? You cast regeneration on that butthole?
Well, if everybody talks, you know he's from Noriande, and that is the hardest fucking place to live ever. This is just a Tuesday.
Is
for him.
everyone born out of the asshole in Noriande?
I don't know. Why don't you ask?
Yes, which is Hazel. That's how I did it.
All right, the ladies that normally dominate the B team, they look over at what's happening with some satisfaction and relief that they are not going on this mission, and yeah, they just wave at you guys like, "Good luck, have a great
Are we
time."
seriously going without Telemachus?
And then the S rank B team members, they just look over at you guys like, "Man, it's nice to have a day off. Hell yeah, all right." Oren, you even see Snake Rope hanging out with the S squad.
Yeah, Orin's like checking his holster, like see rope snake's not there, like sure he'll make the send off. But first, before because we haven't left the Titan Island yet, on the ship, the trip over there, Orin's gonna find the other and say, do you think we should have Steros manufacture some of those ooze goops from the fire, the magma oozes into some of the elixirs that give fire resistance? This dragon in life breathed fire. Not so sure what it does now.
It might be a good idea. I don't know. I mean, it won't bother me, but
Okay, yeah, I mean, time is what you make of it. Are you willing to wait an indeterminate amount of time for him to create these elixirs?
Yeah, convert 4 ooze goops into 4 magma gel elixirs.
Okay.
Does Sibo know what this breath weapon might be from his research?
Well, I mean, even everybody would know from the board book, but brass dragons have 2 breath weapons: sleep breath and fire breath. Sleep breath is a constitution save, or you sleep for 10 minutes. But much like the sleep spell, if you take damage or someone uses an action, they can wake you up. And then the basic bitch, just save for half breath weapon. And these poor fuckers, it's a line. It's not even a cone.
guys.
Yeah. Brass is like the poor man's gold dragon. Don't tell Cyber. But...
Alright, so yeah, Orn will bring the goop to Steros.
All right.
See if we can manufacture it.
So
Yeah.
how-
Yeah.
He also
With,
stops by.
with Bicycles and with Steros working on it, yeah, it's no problem.
He was gonna
They
stop
will have
by
it done in
Bicycles, so-
due time. Oh, okay. You
He's-
stop by Bicycles for something else. Okay.
Yeah, he wants 4 of the mundane fire resistance potions as well. The 4 water skins.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, he gives you 4 water bladders, which can be used to put out burning.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have.
Yeah.
You laugh when you're, whenever you're trying to keep a rope from going up in smoke.
Mhm.
A couple of water skins.
All right. Any other preparations before you guys head out?
I don't have anything before sailing.
Nope.
Are we sure we want to go and do this without Telemachus or any other S tiers? I feel like this is like we're overcompensating.
I don't know what you're talking about. Halos is S tier. Otherwise, he wouldn't be here.
I mean, it's a little meta, but I would definitely bring Halos. Halos has a pretty good ability.
yeah,
for the
for
for
fighting
the
a big old monster,
well,
Alice
for
has
fighting
a great
for
ability.
fighting in the Nether Seas, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's almost like he was born of and in the Nether Seas.
Right?
Yeah.
yeah, meta-wise, Georgos, I mean, if the dragon has died and has some sort of poison or gas attack, then could be good. And then, I mean, to 50 temp HP and resistance to necrotic damage is always good. So I think Georgos, if we want to swap Georgos for Telemachus, though.
let's just go ahead. Let's just forge ahead. But I feel like Cyber just like is gonna scoff. I didn't realize they stacked shit that high.
Georgos can take it. He's got thick skin. Trust me.
He definitely
No,
does.
You're talking about Halos. He came out at Sibo's anus.
Yeah.
I feel like Cyber would try to insult Georgos, and Georgos would just nod and be like, "Yeah, you got it."
Well, one, he was a soldier. 2, he was a famous dancer. And then 3, he worked for Lutheria. So like, I feel like, yeah, he definitely has a thick skin. He definitely has a thick skin. He was in the old timey problematic army. You know what I'm saying? Where like, yeah, you were hazing rituals and all that stuff. Imagine being a big boy that loved dancing and you're in the military. Oof, oof. All right, so let me boot up the Amir prison. The only interesting thing that happens on your way to the Mirror Prison is you do pass a waterfall of lava. If you've ever played the Minecraft, a game that will no longer exist now that Fortnite Lego exists, you know, lava would just kind of fall out of the ceiling from like, you know, the world above into the nether. So you kind of have one of those moments. There's like a slag sort of spire of obsidian kind of rising up out of the acidic sea, like the seas around it is frothing and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool looking, but all right. 2 jolly boats. Fill those jolly boats with jolly folks. Go. Let me make sure there's nothing fucky going on the map. Nope, everything seems to be kosher. All right. Bring you guys over. And here we go.
Sibo, can you refresh our memory? How long ago did the Kraken break out of this prison?
It was exactly.
Oh, so the Kraken broke out and then assisted in the war 500 years ago. It destroyed the other Colossus of Mitros, the one that actually looked like Mitros. Because Vulcan made one Colossus that looked like his sexy fucking wife, and then one that looked like his favorite son, aka, well, that's really rude to Narcissus, but, you know.
It's hard, it's tough out here, right?
Yeah. It's their family doesn't like hide who's the favorite, so it's kind of, you know, they don't even try. They're just like, oh, of course this one's my favorite. Like this, yeah. Well, I hope none of you guys deal with that with your families, but oh, buddy, some families is pretty obvious who the favorite is. Anyways, there's the lovely flavorful art, or is that just the map? No, that's just a black square. All right. I wanted to show you this cool thumbnail, but I can't seem to extract it to show you. Let's see. Background image, foreground image. Oh. Oh well. Anyways, it's a pyramid made of glass. It looks like something straight out of like Las Vegas. But you see that part of it is shattered, letting in the seawater and kind of revealing the decimated yet resplendent interior of the structure. I think I got it. I think I got a shot of the. Ah, yeah, there we go. I found it in my Google Drive.
It's the mirror prison, just like a big square. Oh, like a diamond. Okay.
No, it's literally it's a pyramid. It's a pyramid.
Ah, okay.
Also, I guess I could have just plopped the cameraman down here and you could have seen it there. But yeah.
What's this in the background?
That thing in the back is fucking creepy.
Oh, that? Yeah, that's just, you know, where people that live in the Nether seas, they just live there. You know, the people that work hard. It's like, you know, it's like suburbs.
Beachfront property.
Yeah. Yeah, not everybody down here is a prisoner or, you know, waiting to be processed. And then some of the people that are waiting to be processed, it's a long fucking wait sometimes. So they They just try to stay busy. All right. So yeah, up ahead, you can see the waves kind of gently lapping against it, and you can see in the water down below as the shoreline becomes more and more shallow. There's just fragments of this crystalline glass everywhere. The surface is a mirror shine, so you do see yourselves reflected and refracted back hundreds of times in different directions and different pieces of broken glass everywhere. The structure is massive. It's about 375 feet square, and then about 400 feet to the highest point.
Yeah.
But having seen the Kraken, that kind of checks out. So.
All right, so Orl, make sure everybody's got their fire resistance potion, their 50-foot of rope, and then so be on your guard. We know what we're going into here. He'll nod to Andronicus, who's presumably steering the boat.
All right, I'll move you guys in since I don't have the Bailey wikis, so my boats are not connected to your miniatures. Fucking hack. So over the years, I've tried many techniques to make vehicles move with characters, and it's all of them fucking suck. So it's just the nature of the game. All right, so as you move in, it is extremely disorienting inside. There seems to be a prismatic sort of light that permeates all things, and then it reflects off of the surfaces inside every which way. It is painful to try and look at anything for too long because of the constant shifting of the images within. To avoid becoming like nauseous and getting vertigo, kind of looking at the boat, looking at the water is going to be your best bet to just sort of keep your eyes almost averted from your environment. But looking around, you see that the bottom of the pyramid has collapsed and reveals sort of a cove that has formed thanks to the acidic nature of the ocean water. And what islands of glass remain are jagged and dangerous looking. There is a large island to the north, and even from here, you can see mountains of gold. And I think that you could already see from this distance that buried beneath the gold is the skeleton of a very large dragon.
Andronicus, what do your special eyes see?
My special eyes?
Yeah, that thing that you can do.
What? Wait, shit! What thing can I do?
Yeah, what thing can you do?
That's
Divine-
sense. That
divine
sense
sense.
bestowed on you.
Divine
is
sense!
the divine.
Oh, that's super useless paladin ability. Sure, I'll divine sense. Why not?
Okay. Because it's a completely worthless ability that got nerfed to hell and back because it was too strong in the Second Age of Magic. Let's see what you find. You do feel that this is a
Look, Yorgos, he's an undead. How about
yeah.
that?
This is a desecrated place. You feel that evil lived here once, and evil haunts this place still. This is a dangerous place.
So from this, do I infer that the Kraken isn't just like alien? He's just straight evil.
Well, I mean, you I hope by now you knew that the Kraken was evil, but
I didn't know whether it was like evil or like
oh yeah,
unknowable
no,
evil.
well, both. Every box, every
Okay,
box for evil. Check it. He's got all of them.
He cheats at
fantastic.
cards. He
Yeah.
eggs houses, kills people.
I
But
have all
but
the
what your
evil.
divine sense is picking up here is that acts of terrible evil took place here that have left this venue susceptible to hauntings. Yeah, I'm giving you way more for divine sense than it ever was given, but yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries.
Warren stares at you expectantly. He doesn't know how it works. He just. Well,
Yeah, well, since nobody's gonna say it, dibs on all that fucking treasure.
I don't know, Cyber. Can you feel the evil in this place?
I don't believe
Wait.
in the 9 alignments.
This isn't non-alignments evil. This is just evil. I don't know.
Let me reach out with my divine sense and see if I can detect it.
Other spell.
Cyber's an Oath of Vengeance paladin, with his Oath of Vengeance being against Andronicus.
Are you peeking at his character sheet? What the fuck is this?
He says, yes. I sense a great desire for violence, a hatred of all things pure.
well,
Are we just gonna let him call dibs on that treasure?
Is he sensing himself?
It's too late. He's already done it.
Cadmus
It's
Cadmus watches
just dibs on it.
Cadmus watches Cyber and says,
Big bro, so cool. Good, so cool.
Honestly, he can just dibs whatever he
I like
carry.
look at.
over on your boat, Lasibo, Georgos looking over, he's like,
Yes, Cyrus. Why he never been to beat you before?
and much to your dismay, Sibo, your son Halos is looking over, he says, man, Dad, Cyber's pretty cool, right?
I look over and I'm like, damn, Cyber's pretty cool.
Maya's just like got a face palm at the front of the boat.
Yeah, she's got that Sokka red handprint on her forehead by the end of this
Yeah.
episode.
Maya, the only one rowing the boat with Georgos in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Sweating. Just fucking sweating.
Part of her Amazon training.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So where are you going to disembark, or do you want to turn back?
How deep
No
is
shame in
the
There's no shame in turning back.
How deep's the water?
The water here
We are
is
not going swimming.
the water here is about 20 feet deep.
I have this whisker of mystic feline, and it
Mhm.
says cast detect magic at will. It does say there's 3 charges. Is that use the charges and it's done, or
Is this part of your cat boy armor set?
Yes, yes,
Your incredible ensemble?
yeah.
Got it.
I think we should leave the ships here in case there's a fight. We don't want to risk them being destroyed.
If we leave them in the water, though, they'll be destroyed.
We can pull them up on the shore here. Are
Alright,
the beaches low enough where we could like bring the ships up? on them?
you could drag them up onto the shore.
All right. Yeah, get them out of the water so they'll stop melting. All right, you said the ceilings kind of goes to a point 400
Oh
feet high.
yeah, 400 feet high. But that means that like in the up against the walls here, it's like real low, like 5 feet tops.
Man, if I could have got that spider climb potion, could have ended this 40d6 in one go here. All right, let's go.
I like this map. It's fun.
So, Andronicus, what do you think? Undead dragon?
Maybe, I don't know.
Gold
This
mimics.
place, with the desecration and the evil, maybe it's maybe they tried to kill the Kraken the first time, and maybe the remains of one of the original Dragonlords dragons is going to be here.
We know Hezebel's taken residence here, but aside from the corpse up there, I don't see any sign of that particular dragon. Nor Orestia, I suppose.
I'm gonna refresh real quick. I'm having some glitchiness.
Okay. I will say that you're not in combat right now, so you're able to navigate the glassy areas without incident. But if you were in initiative, it would be essentially acrobatics checks to see if you can kind of weave through the glass at normal speed without slicing yourselves up real bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
So that sort of thing where we could treat it as difficult terrain to avoid having to
Correct,
do
yep.
that. Okay.
Okay. Hmm. 70. Or just looking around, kind of surveying the place. Roughly 500 feet from the loot pile to the boats. That's a lot of rounds of moving slow and drunk.
I mean, we could just take the boats in farther, right?
I mean, yes, but then it's a matter of launching them.
Indeed. I think we need to figure
Lunch?
out what's going on with the...
Launch. Stop thinking with your stomach.
Sorry.
We could leave the boats at the water down there, and we could levitate things onto them, perhaps.
I'm more saying if we need to beat a hasty retreat, depending on... We haven't disturbed anything thus far, but I feel like once we get to that pile, there might be something...
Yes, it's only a matter of time.
So you guys do see, as you are kind of walking and discussing, ghostly apparitions appear on this island right here. You can see familiar tentacles at the edge of the vision that you are seeing. You see a rather large brass dragon and its noble rider decked out in armor of the Dragonlords. The pair seems to be doing battle against the tentacles, but then a ghostly meteor swarm rains down, and they die.
Seems as if that's to be assumed to be Hezebel and Orestia, then it seems that the Kraken didn't kill them, unless the Kraken is capable of casting magic.
Oh, the Kraken is capable of casting magic.
Oh, is that so?
Oh, see, did we have a whole conversation about like they're like a
Oh, it
level
could
20
definitely cast
wizard
magic.
and
Hallow says, I do think it's kind of weird. If a brass dragon is immune to fire, why would he use a meteor swarm on it? Then it's only going to take the bludgeoning damage.
Good point.
Oh boy.
What's that mean, Sibo?
What's what mean? That's my boy? That means that's my boy.
I thought you said "oh boy" as if you.
Oh no.
If it made something dawn on you.
No.
As you continue to walk through, you see on this island another apparition kind of plays out. You see the dragon and the woman, and you see a few tentacles kind of floating at the edge of the vision. They are badly burned, missing skin, bone, and muscle exposed. Teeth on one side of their face kind of showing through their lipless skin. They are suffering. They are being pushed past the point of sanity from the pain. You watch as the tentacles tear a limb loose from the woman, her arm slowly being dislocated and then torn from her body. And then magical fire being applied to the wound to cauterize it. You hear a low, ominous, mirthful chuckle. And the voice says, I must thank you for freeing me. Long have I been imprisoned by my father. Long have I been left to my own devices to fantasize about pain I would inflict on the world once released. And here you have come at last. Your curiosity, your greed has freed me. And so I give you this pain, this agony to reward. That you'll be the first to taste what hatred and sorrow I have planned for the mortals above. And then the image kind of fades out again.
I wonder what that could mean.
Why would they come here to the mere prison? Were they seeking the Kraken?
Maya says, remember that Midas sent them to the Nether Seas to try and find whatever hidden treasures that might be used in the war.
Yes, but why would they come here of all places?
Well, if they didn't know any
There's
better,
difference between hidden and guarded.
it's a big rainbow prison. I mean, it's pretty eye-catching.
Just smash their way in.
Apparently.
That checks out.
Maya looks thoughtful and says, it seems like the kind of thing that Lutheria would do, though. Make a prison that is impossible to escape from the inside, but much too easy to open from the outside. As if to tempt fate, to give people a chance to screw up. And her brow furrows, and she is deep in thought. And starts second-guessing all of the decisions she's ever made. Oren, as you approach this larger island right here, you see another vision. Here you see what is left of Hezebal and Orestia, the tentacles wavering at the edge of frame. And the voice of the Kraken kind of echoes through the chamber as it says, you are bound by friendship, by oath of loyalty, love. And as long as you cling to those things, you will suffer. Renounce your dragon. Renounce your rider. One of you can live. but only if you condemn the other. And the dragon, what remains of it, its breathing ragged, its body flayed, its beautiful brass skin long since peeled and melted away. It roars out, "Never, never will I betray her, or the order." And he just kind of breathes a very weak blast of fire as he kind of falls over, his breathing ragged. But then the woman, what is left of her, turns and looks at the dragon, and then looks back at the monstrosity off screen and says, "Please make it stop. I can bear no more. I renounce him. I renounce everything. Every oath I ever swore. Every promise I ever made. Please stop." And you watch the eyes of the dragon weakly look up at his rider, and the sorrow in those eyes as the light fades and the breathing stops. And the image fades. And the dragon died right there.
Does Oren think that that sort of renouncing of oaths would be enough to earn somebody a place at the Isle of the Oathbreakers?
Well, yeah, 100%, yeah.
I just think we've learned that Orestes is strung up on a pole there. You jump to right there.
Okay. It's a 10-foot jump. You got this, Sibo?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. I think you can jump your strength score. That's what Red's always telling me.
With a running stare, yeah. Half that
Yeah, with the running start.
Flat foot.
Yeah.
You'll maneuver up.
Hey, no, don't you bring that Pathfinder terminology into this game.
There's literally a website called 5e Jump Calculator that we use, and then Red's always like, "You don't need the site. It's this."
Oh, sorry, it's a standing jump in a 5e terms. All right, Oren's gonna make it up here. He's looking at this, says pile of gold. What are we dealing with here? All money or electrum?
There's a great deal of currency. Most of it Thylean, but a lot of it seems to be from other worlds than these. It is a collection of gold and gems, silver, the coveted electrum, and the trash copper.
All right, Oren's been around the block with this whole underworld stuff. Is this enough to get a grave rob? Is this grave robbing right now, or is this dungeon plundering? Where's the delineation?
You can give me a religion check.
Alrighty.
I will give you advantage because of your situation, and or Maya could roll it as well.
Yeah, we should probably have Maya roll as well.
Okay. You are thinking back to the company handbook and training courses that you
Get his hand
took.
on
It
his
was a
chin,
lot
like-
of information and a lot in a very short amount of time. What is ownership in death? Question mark. Damn. Maya not doing great either. She doesn't know where a dragon horde would fall under such stipulations. She, from what I know, 149 episodes of Maya, would probably go on the side of caution and say, well, if he did die here, it's probably counts as his grave. But that's kind of sucks because I can see my chakram right there.
Well, at the least we'll try and get that then. One will start to wade through the money towards the chakram.
Okay. As you move into the money, the bones begin to move.
Just stop moving.
All right. It'll turn to you and say, "Why are you here? What do you seek? Gold, treasure. That is what brought me here. That is what binds me. That is what damned me. And so I gather it still. Forever."
Are you Hezebel?
I am part of Hezebel that was. Hezebel the betrayed. Hezebel the forgotten.
You may have been betrayed by your rider, yes, but you are not forgotten. You are remembered in the histories of Thylea.
In the background, you hear,
Oh my god, we're gonna fight this fucking guy? I mean, it's just, you guys don't just talk to people? This is all the fucking money. Like, why do we even come here if we're just gonna talk to him?
you can feel that disadvantage to social checks settling in. Nice and firm. The dragon looks over and says, "Are those babies?"
Yeah, we're on a gonna take your kid to work kind of day.
Why do you have baby dragons?
Oren's
Are you
thinking.
dragon lords?
Uh-oh. Oren says,
You see the tension meter rising rapidly.
Oren scratches his chin. He says, we are the heroes of prophecy.
What is a hero of prophecy?
We are heroes tasked with preventing Sidon's destruction of the current way of life on Thylea.
Sidon yet lives.
Indeed.
So all of this was for nothing.
Not for nothing. Bought 500 years of peace. Your efforts. We're here to finish the job.
Do you know of a woman named Orestia?
Indeed, we know of her. We know she was sent alongside you here by Midas.
I died before I could see her. Say,
Oh, see. It's kind of like a chained to the rock, eagles eating your stomach kind of situation on Isle of Oathbreakers when you're actually up on the pole.
oh yeah, it's real fucking bad. Oren, you know that it's they don't go for eagles. Eagles are a Sidon thing. Butterflies.
Oh, yeah,
Actually,
that's what it was.
yeah, they drink the fluids from your eyes, and their barbed proboscis siphon your blood from your veins.
Okay.
Sometimes a peacock will fly up and bury its beak in your innards while you kind of take a snack. Eat your genitals.
Oren says,
Ooh.
Orestia met her end here in this prison, and she still dwells here in the underworld. She did not, she never left.
He forsook me and the Order. Why? Why did this happen?
Sometimes the burden of one's duty can overpower your conviction in the moment.
This is ridiculous. They're still talking. Listen.
Or it's
all
like
right,
sitting
fatty.
on the gold, like he's sitting
right,
on the gold. He's got his like head in his
listen
hands.
here.
Like,
Listen here. Dragon Squad, we're gonna fly over and start filling up our marsupial pouches. Chudster, yeah, you're gonna take stink ass baby. You're gonna go sneak around the north.
Cyber, I'm afraid that's not allowed with your B team contract.
Simon,
Me?
just sit tight.
You ever heard of micromanaging? Huh? How are we supposed to do our fucking job? Why don't you do your fucking job? We're doing our fucking job.
We
Owen's
are doing
got
our
this.
job.
Let him do his thing.
The,
Just sit tight and
the
observe.
heartbroken skeletal remains is trying to have this very tender moment in this very important RP scene. He looks over. He says, "I really don't like that kid."
he's an ongoing project. It's kind of a group effort,
He's very obnoxious.
like a scared straight type of program. If you're, you know what I'm.
Do you want me to try and kill him?
No, he's got a powerful part to play. The time.
How scared do you want him?
I guess when he comes over to try to scoop up some of the treasure, just spook him a little bit, but don't.
I have a 20-foot fear aura in addition to my draconic presence. I can really get the spooky going if that would help you.
Well, we don't want him traumatized.
Where did you find this dragon child? Is the Order of the Dragonlords still around?
In a sense, yes.
In a sense, yes.
The Order of the Dragonlords, as you know it, is gone. Estor, Midas, Rustia, they've all had their time and moved on. There is a new order, so to speak, that, whilst opposed in their methods and their goals, are aligned with the previous Dragonlords of securing peace for the settlers and native races of Thylea through the defeat of the Titans. All this to say, we, the heroes of prophecy, are following the prophecy of Versi. We intend to see the Dragonlords work through, but we're not beholden to their methods and failings.
Then why are you here now? You are Dragonlords, plundering the nether seas. In your battle against Sidon, nothing has changed.
He starts reaching for his initiative dice.
Oren's gonna point. He says, hold on. There's you possess something with you that is not gold. Possess an artifact. Power. Belongs to the rightful queen, Themyscira. Maya, over there, has gone through a lot to reclaim her throne and her station. And it is a symbol of power amongst her and her people. We came here, yes, to investigate the artifacts that we'd heard were contained within, though we would not seek to burden ourselves with treasure that you've made your grave of. It's not our way. But if you do have artifacts that would help in the fight against Sidon and securing the peace that you fought for long ago. We would gladly accept any help you can offer.
All right. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
I'm good with a Faxpiration to reroll after you do this if you want.
Cyber got any, not Cyber, does Hezbollah got any fighter levels in him? Maybe you've got to have like at least one level fighter, right? 2? Action surge pretty good on a dragon.
What are you fishing for?
I've got an A5E maneuver that lets me get out a D4 to persuasion checks to fighters.
I see. I mean, he has a multi-attack. I don't know if that counts.
Oh, he's got 3 attacks. That sound can't
He's
get
got
by without.
he's got Paragon actions. That kind of feels like an action surge.
Any legendaries?
Sure. Well, he's Paragon, so he's got all that shit.
Oh, well, I mean, that sounds kind of like right up my alley.
Sure, go for it.
Alright, let me hide this. Persuasion.
It's pretty bad. Everybody here feels that they want to fight Orin with how bad that persuasion roll was.
That's not really my thing.
Roll
Alright, alright, use the fanspo.
All right, you can you'll re-roll the 6 you got.
Nice. How's that?
Oh, okay. And you're adding your D4 to it. Okay, I see it. I
think
see
the
it.
D4
Okay,
might
the
already been
D4.
there, yeah.
All right. With that roll, it's good enough that he will allow you to take back Maya's item, but it is not so good that he is swayed to help your cause.
Fair enough, fair enough. I mean,
However, as he reaches out to pluck Maya's chakram from his hoard, he says,
I gather treasures lost at sea. I bring them here to entomb myself within, to surround myself with the greed that brought about my destruction and the destruction of the person I loved most in all the worlds. If this belongs to the Queen of Themis, I am honor-bound to return it.
and he daintily places it within melee reach, that Maya may come and grab it. And he says,
Orestia is just a mortal. She was pushed too far by the Kraken. I was able to endure, for dragons are near unto gods at the age I died, but she could not endure. I do not blame her. I do not blame Midas. It was fate. It was our own hubris to bring our ways to other worlds. We should have fixed and protected our own world. We fancied ourselves heroes, I suppose. The fate of Orestia. Is there any way that she might be freed from it? That she might be given unto heaven or oblivion, that her torment might end, if such a thing possible. I would give all I have freely.
Orna contemplates for a moment. I feel like it might be possible. That'd be a thing you'd have to clear with the warden, though, right?
Well, you know that it's illegal, but the warden has a reputation for allowing soul substitutions to people who have earned his favor.
So somebody else would go up on the pike.
Right.
I make no promises, Shadow of Hezebel. But should we be able to accomplish this for you, we will bring you news. And leaving aside what you have to offer, I would see to it that she and yourself are joined together in oblivion.
When you say that, the skeletal remains almost like freeze, like in place. The eye lights kind of sputter a bit.
Truly, you are different than those who came before. Many have come here to take. All have died.
This is when you notice that the skeleton is not just dragon bones, but the bones of many creatures and humanoids that he has sort of cobbled and repaired himself with.
Yeah, Oren's like sitting on a sternum, like nodding. He stands
I
up.
am impressed and moved by your generosity and kindness. I am but half of what remains of Hezebel. His desire for vengeance hovers above all things within this prison. I keep him at bay that you might live.
And Andronicus, that's when your PKE meter just goes boing, 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 and you realize that yes, there is a ghostly presence that has been here listening to this conversation. Because this
Oh, shit,
fucking
Joseph.
boss was two dragons that were one. The bones and the ghost were two separate entities.
Alright.
I don't
Oren,
know. I thought it was pretty cool, but whatever.
that sounds
That is
pretty
pretty cool.
terrifying. It doesn't sound like any fire breath. It doesn't sound like fire is supposed to do too much.
Um,
Let's see. Yeah, Oren nods at says,
mhm.
thank you for your graciousness. We'll be taking our leave then. Oren nods for
He says, before you go, you may want to take care of something. He is youthful and full of spirit. I will forgive the transgressions if the gold is returned.
yeah,
And you look over and you see Cyver just scooping into his marsupial pouch. Just
Yeah, I
claws
saw
full
him
of
move
gold.
earlier.
He's fucking eating it, like his stomach's bulging, like he's just yeah.
He reminds me of my siblings when I was young. There's a fire in him.
He kind of looks over. He says,
he may keep the gold.
And the bones begin to settle back down, and then you hear him say,
A little bit.
Alright, yeah. Orin nods. Yeah, he starts to walk over to Cyber and he's like, Cyber, have I ever told you about the...
Cyber starts running, but he's like a fucking beach ball now, full of gold, and he's just making like sounds, and he starts flapping his wings, trying to fly, and he looks like the fucking caterpillar from Bug's Life. And he just go like starts hovering like 1 inch above the poisonous waters.
Yeah, okay. Orin turns back and says that I have to tell him about the curse of the grave robber later. No, it's for Maya to grab
Adronicus
the...
just turns to Cadmus and Callias and says, "Still super cool, or?"
They both nod. Yes, he's super cool.
Steve-O's behind them nodding also.
Steve-O's cheeks are also full.
Also full, yeah.
What are you
All right,
doing?
so imagine this: you're like 6 or 7, and you've got this like 12-year-old cousin, okay, who smokes, right? And then this shit's going down, and this motherfucker's got such huge literal brass balls that he is over there robbing a fucking Draco Lich like it ain't no thing. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Have you been reading my memoir?
It's almost like he knows he's invincible thanks to the B team contract. He can just do
Right?
anything he fucking wants, yeah.
We fell into that trap.
Alright, so I guess I'll meet you back at the ship.
It's gonna be really awkward when he's in the jolly boats.
Yeah, just engorged with treasure.
Every time you push the boat towards the water, there's just the loud clinking of coins. Alright, well,
I mean, if you guys want to roll out, I'll just take you guys back to the ship. But
Maya's got the chakram.
yeah.
So if there's a bunch of cool stuff in that gold besides just the money.
Oh, there's a lot of cool shit in there.
Oh man, well, it's not freely given, but it's got some curses going.
Well, I mean, the curse is he and his ghost would try to fuck you guys up if you try to take it. But
Julian will say to Andronicus, this could be a unique opportunity to ask, and granted the cursed dead, but we could ask the dragon.
Talk to a dragon about our dragons?
Yes.
Why don't we come back without Cyver and with Brianna then? We know that this treasure and the Draco Lich aren't going anywhere, Julian.
All right. We're here. Thought it might be a good idea to use the opportunity. Not asking for anything except for guidance.
Cadmus says,
Hey, Julian, Dad, can I go get some treasure too?
We have treasure back on the ship.
You hit him with the "we have treasure." Oh my god.
But Cyber got to take some treasure from the adventure. We don't have anything.
If Cyber jumped off a cliff, would you also want to jump off a cliff?
Andronicus, Callias, tears welling in her eyes. She says,
It doesn't feel very fair that he got treasure and we didn't. Could we just take a little bit, like 1 coin, to remember our first time on the B team?
You're right, it's not fair, but this treasure is cursed. I think Cyber's getting a special pass just this once.
If it's cursed, does that mean that Cyber's going to starve to death? That's what happens if you rob graves. You starve to death. I read it in my favorite book, Thylean Curses.
Or kneels down next to Callias and Cadmus, and he reaches into his pocket, pulls out 2 drachmae. He says, "While the dragon wasn't looking, I swiped these. Keep it on the down low, though."
they want this to be true, so they tell you not to roll a deception check.
Thank God.
Okay.
Julian's like looking over at Orin like, dude.
They fly off, and they're like,
Cyber, we got cursed gold too. We're gonna be cursed together.
think if you got higher than like a 9 insight,
Yes.
tell Orange.
Andronicus just winks at Orin and says, "Good job, Uncle Orin."
Or nods solemnly.
Yorgos
He hands one to
approaches.
Yorgos.
He doesn't know he takes it, he runs off.
Guys, I'm cursed too.
He looks over Hallows.
Aloe says,
Talos says,
I understand that you've dealt a deception to the other children to make them happy, and I appreciate that. But I won't be so easily fooled. I have my father's brilliant mind.
Yes, I never do.
He looks over at you, Sibo, and there's just stars in his eyes. You are his whole fucking world.
Pat him on the head and just start walking back to the ship.
All right, I'll take you guys back to the ship. All right. When the children get back on the ship, including Yorgos, they roll Cypher around the deck, and coins just vomit out of his mouth everywhere. And one of the sailors makes the mistake of reaching for one of the coins, and all 3 dragon children give them a look that's like, "Don't you fucking dare." Yeah. Kyra approaches and says,
So, how did it go? Taking the kids to work?
We got lucky.
You got lucky with the kids around? Oh my god.
No, we got
Well,
lucky.
you can't
It
bring up
wasn't-
that thing at the vineyard ever again.
No, I can, because we didn't get lucky in the sexual sense. We got lucky in the sense that the situation wasn't worse than it was. We were actually able to, despite Cyber being difficult, talk our way out of a fight.
Yeah, you look over and you see the 2 smaller dragons bouncing on Cyber's stomach, and then each time they do, like, more coins spray out of him, and Yorgos is like dancing in the rain as the money falls down, and all 4 children seem to be very happy. Halos looks over longingly. To be a child.
You remember
To
those
frolic.
days?
Yeah.
To
Yesterday.
be young again. He looks towards Sibo, but he doesn't have the courage to ask if he could go play in the gold fountain.
Julian will sail up next time. Go on, go play with the others.
Dad, do you
Think it'd be all right if I keep an eye on them?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That would be wonderful.
All right. He just does a running jump, and then does a fucking like elbow suplex slam on Cypher, and you just see flaming money just like geyser out of him.
Love it.
Yeah. Kyra looks over and says, "I think you guys did a pretty good job."
Kira, well,
She's a
Kyra, but yeah.
while you're here, I need to talk with you.
Okay.
Probably alone would be best.
No. I mean, you sure that's a good idea?
He just flat.
So you don't think it's okay?
One, thanks for telling Callius about how strong and great and attractive I am.
Oh,
Even though the last part was kind of weird when you're talking to sort of like a foster daughter.
No, I mean she needs to know what handsome is, you know?
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
You
got a lot of different animal parts working, you know, like some squid parts and some man parts, and then you got some fish parts. I mean, it's a very Renaissance handsome. As an eager and active pansexual, you're like 7 lovers in one.
Thank you. But I do have something a little more serious to talk to you about as well.
Okay.
You heard about my encounter with Lutheria's scythe, I assume.
I heard you asked her to kill you, and she did, and then she didn't.
When I was there, when I was in the scythe, I met an echo or a remnant of your mother
In the scythe?
in the scythe. I think it was just because it was an area that was beyond Thylea's influence. It was closer to where she is, or something. It was very metaphysical.
Well, my mother was a powerful wizard, so I feel like that probably would have been something she could have done in her bailiwick. I hate that word.
Fair. She
left you a secret message in the
Yeah.
scythe. How would she have
Yeah.
known that you would know to go in the scythe? Man, my mom's big brain. That's a big brain move.
So the bad part of that, she knew there was apparently a prophecy about my line
Oh,
that we would be the downfall of Lutheria.
well, okay.
That's
That's a lot of pressure since like you don't have any family or anything.
I did, and every time I'm near the scythe, I hear them.
Oh, that's terrible. They're not in the scythe, are they?
Yes,
Oh, that's real bad.
and
That's
your mother
horrible.
knew.
The
of
scythe
the
is full of the
prophecy.
worst evils and horrors of this world.
I was there. I know that.
I don't. Well, then we
And
just.
your mother knew too.
Well, why didn't you get them while you were in there?
I couldn't.
Why? It's just a place. Did you need help? Do you want me to go with you? We could just go in the scythe
not a
and we'll just
way-
get them and we'll bring them out.
There's not a way out. I don't even know how.
How
I
did
was
you
able
get
to
out? Well, if you could get out, now we have proof that you can get out, which means other people can get out, so we could just go in and get them and leave. If that's all you needed, you did just if you said just come up and say, Kyra, I've been keeping a big secret. I have a family. They live in Lutheria's scythe. We need to get them out. You're my number one ride or die. Let's do this. And I'm here. Let's go. I think it's a little weird that you kept your family a secret this whole time. I mean,
I haven't.
I didn't know you were a married man. Would have made it a lot hotter. You know what I'm saying?
I'm. There's a curse that was put upon me and my line by your mother.
That's horrible. Why would my mother curse you?
So that Lutheria would forget about us, so that everyone would forget about us, and it was supposed to make me.
That's a pretty good man. That's a good strat. My mom has big
supposed to make
brain.
me forget about them too, but it didn't work.
Oh, because you love them so much, you couldn't forget about them, even when a god cursed you to.
That's what your mother seemed to believe. Yes.
That's pretty heartbreaking.
Anyway,
you see her eyes are kind of like welling up with tears. She's like, "You're dropping a lot of heavy stuff on me out of nowhere."
well, most of this, the part of not the part about the scythe, but everything
Wait
else.
a minute. You've told me all this before, haven't you? And I forgot because of the curse.
No, not this part. I mean, some of it, yes, but not the scythe part.
So you keep telling us about it, and then we keep forgetting. You
Yeah,
you see dirty, black tears of too much mascara just running down her face. She says, "You go through this all the time, where you tell us about your missing family, and then we just forget, and everybody thinks you're just some, I don't know, angry guy that hates being a paladin, even though he signed up to be a paladin. Like, you actually have reason behind it, like, and none of us can remember. And
yeah, probably at least twice a month.
Wow. That's horrible. Why don't you just write it down?
I'm pretty sure that I tried writing stuff down at the beginning and that didn't work either.
Oh.
But all of this,
He
all this
cursed the
side
writing?
point, I want you to know that I'm very mad at your mother, but I don't blame you for
Oh,
it.
I'm always mad at my mom. She's fucking horrible. She's always
That's-
using people and manipulating them. No one matters to her. Everyone's just a piece on her 20 squares board.
That's the other part of the message that I have for you.
Is what? Fuck you, Kyra? Like, is that...
She, look, as upset as I was with her, she wanted to give me messages to relay to the ones she left behind.
And she couldn't be bothered to do that herself? She left it on us. She left it on a secret, encrypted recording of herself inside Lutheria's site. She couldn't just leave, I don't know, leave me a fucking note?
I don't know
That's
the
just
specifics.
ridiculous. Of course.
But as from one parent that is separated from their family to another, I felt I couldn't refuse her.
Who can?
The message she left for you is that you were always enough.
When you say that, she like stops breathing, and her face turns into like the ugly cry face, but like no tears are falling. And the ugly cry face kind of turns into like just an angry grimace. And she says, nice, Mom. Real nice.
Now, I know
We don't have to keep talking about this. But that nothing changes. If you want to go into that scythe and get your fucking family, I'm going with you.
Oh, I know. And I show her just a moment.
Is this the first time this conversation's gone on where she hasn't like has she been able to hear it and retain it?
I mean, she's retaining it in the moment, like
In the
right
moment.
now.
Okay.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I show her my IOU coupon and I point out the
Mhm.
part where it says a wingman. And I say, yeah, no, I know. You're gonna be there.
Okay.
I'm gonna cash this in.
Well, if I forget, just tell me that you have a good reason for it, and that it was my idea.
Yeah,
And she,
because telling you things
and
about
she
yourself
and
that
she
you
hug
forgot
and
worked
she
out
and
so
she
well
hugs you.
last time.
She just hugs you really hard, and she says, "I'm sorry about my mom. I'm sorry
Sorry about
that
your mom for you too.
we're all just living in her shadow, trying to finish what she started, and it's been really hard. I don't want to be a god, Andronikos. I never did. I did it because she told me it needed to be done. But I'm so tired. And I'm scared all the time. And the prayers are so loud, and I can't do anything to help people. And I can't do anything right.
Here, look around you. This whole thing, all of this is all you. None of this would have happened without you. You're the one that's done the most. You always have been. I don't feel like a paladin anymore. I don't feel like some holy warrior for some divine purpose. But if that was still what I wanted, you're the only one that would deserve it.
Now she ugly cries in full.
I'm gonna hold on to this moment.
Because I don't know if you're still gonna feel that way later on. But it's
Andronicus
nice
will
to
just-
hear that now.
He'll just look at her sadly and he'll say, You probably won't remember this. It's fine.
All right, yeah. When you run into her 10 minutes later, she says, "Hey, about earlier. Whenever you need to go into the scythe, let me know. Don't know why you want to go there, but we're gonna make it happen. I got the nerd squad trying to figure it out right now." As soon as we got done talking, I went and got him. I said, "Figure out how to get into and out of the site."
Yeah, the into is the easy part. It's the out of that has me concerned. Thank
Right.
you.
So yeah, Sibo, when you check in on the nerd squad, they have they have their chalkboard out. Number one plan is just ask Lutheria. But then their other plans are much more convoluted. Try to fight her but lose on purpose? Question mark. Develop spectral rope that will allow us to climb back out of the scythe. Like they're just spitballing shit at this point.
That one's from where Oren walked into the room.
He just like, hey, nods thoughtfully.
Guys, just rope.
Write that down.
So, what now?
Oh, Andronicus, just very long exhale. And then he's like, God damn it, now I gotta go find Narcissus.
Oh, okay.
I tell the nerd squad about my word of recall.
Chandra says, grabs his player's handbook. He says, let me see. Word of recall. You and up to 5 willing creatures when 5 feet instantly teleport. Aha! You and any creatures attempt. I wonder though, Sibo. I would assume that the creatures, being extra-dimensional horrors beyond reality and imagination, all would have teleportation abilities. I feel like if teleporting could get you out, they would have already done so.
It's fair.
The elusive sixth circle of magic. I mean, how many people can claim such power?
All right, I got it. I just need time. I can just banish them all. Like
Banish people
back
from
to here.
From inside the scythe back to where
Yeah.
they came. That could work. Yet one would argue that perhaps the beings that are imprisoned are so powerful that they also have banishment, and maybe they just never bothered to banish each other because they're so horrendously terrible and evil that they can't work together. You're bringing into play something called the magic of friendship.
They're like, you
Yes.
banish me first. It's like,
You banish
no,
me
you
first,
banish
yeah.
me.
No, I can't. No, you have to go first.
But, Sibo, And he takes you aside. He says,
This implies that yourself would be trapped inside.
Yeah, for Andronicus, I'd be willing to risk it.
his lip
Boy,
quivers
you-
and his jaw tightens, and he says,
The magic of friendship is very powerful. I need some fresh air.
and he rushes from the room. And he says, Zamrox, let's get some toast. And the two of them rush out of the room.
That's fair.
Telemachus, you notice, is in the nerd meeting. Because
Oh.
as a bard, he has all skills.
Mhm.
Yeah. He says, Sibo, my friend, why don't we just ask Lutheria?
You can
we-
banish yourself, you know.
Yeah, I did that. That's how I.
Yeah, I
did
mean,
that.
you are
Leave
one
it to
creature.
Orianda,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're one creature that you can see. I think the implication from Chandras is that you would be sent back to Noriande, though. Like you'd be done.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you'd be done. Your
Yeah,
Odyssey would end. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's what he means by you'd be left behind.
He would double
So.
complete his
correct.
epic path.
Correct. Yeah.
And then Philonis says, for the 10th time, Telemachus, it's because they don't want to be indebted to Lutheria.
Mhm.
It's not like she's
It-
just going to
yeah.
give them something for nothing. She's a fae. They can't do that.
Sure. We could just take the scythe and break it, though. That is an option. You should definitely write down.
Okay, yeah. Liren says, well, yeah, but breaking it just feels very apocalyptic. I mean, we break the scythe and all the horrors within are released into the world at large. Feels like a bit of a mess.
I don't know. Contingency. If we're losing the war, we might as well just do it and let Sidon deal with the aftermath. You know what I mean?
Now that's not bad.
I'll be ruining the world for everyone, though.
I mean, if we lose, it's kind of ruined for everyone already, isn't it?
Yeah, not the natives. A lot of natives that aren't involved.
Maybe they should fucking get involved. You know what I'm saying?
Eh, I think if they were getting involved, they'd
People
be.
don't respond
Yeah.
well to blackmail. Just saying.
I got you, Andronicus. Last ditch effort.
Jeez.
1 HP left. Going after the scythe.
All right, well now, guys.
Oh.
I don't know if Andronicus is debriefing with Callius or anything, but Julian would like to have a word with Cadmus.
Oh, sure. Okay. You find Cadmus. He is arranging his hoard of 13, a very edgy number, gold coins.
Do you want to do Team Dad meeting Team Dragon, or do you want to do this separate?
I mean, Julian wants to talk to Cadmus one-on-one.
Okay.
Unless you feel that there is a benefit to be had.
No, I think that's fine.
You just thought you were in this together, Julian. Two dragon dads.
Well, we are in this together, but, you know, he's going to talk to Andronicus after, maybe, depending on how this goes.
Okay. So while Adrianicus is delivering emotionally crushing news to the available gods that may or may not remember the emotionally crushing news, you are approaching Cadmus with his 13 gold coins.
Yes.
Okay. As you approach, he puffs up his chest proudly and he says,
Behold, my hoard.
Yes, you have 13 drachmae.
Mm-hmm. And look, this is the one that Oren stole from the dragon. And these are ones that Cyver gave me.
I can see you're very proud of that.
Mm-hmm. I wanted the copper ones he had, but he said I have to earn them. He's gonna build an obstacle course, and we're gonna have to try to fly through the obstacle course, and blow stuff up with our breath weapons. And if we get good times, he's gonna give us more treasure.
Julian's just sort of nodding as this is being said. And Julian will say to Cadmus, I appreciate the fact that Cadmus is trying to toughen you and Callias up and teach you things that I did not. And I feel that I've been a less than ideal father to you.
No, it's okay. I asked Grandma about why you're always busy and not around, and she said that's just good parenting.
That's a thing, though. It's not really. You see,
What? Grandma was wrong about something?
my father, while he was alive, tried to spend as much time as possible with me and engage me in things that I was interested in, and in response, I ignored
You
him.
ran away from home and you went to work for the Lotus Witch, and then you became a criminal, and then you and Sibo became like crime buddies, and then you made Hexia mad, and you went on this crazy adventure, and then there was a bank heist, and all sorts of stuff, and then all the criminal syndicate was after you guys. You had to change your names. Oh man, it was wild. And then there was that hooker, and you guys did the Eiffel Tower on her, which I'm still trying to figure out what that means.
Yes, I suppose
Mom
I'll
was
make you
telling me
feel
the
like
whole
it.
story. Sorry, Grandma was telling me the whole story about it. So.
No, she sort of stole my thunder on that. But one thing I regret now that my father's no longer around is that I didn't spend more time with him. And I wish I'd listened to him more. And I hope that you feel that I'm cool enough that you want to spend time with me, hang out with me. And if I'm not, oh well. But please know that I always want what's best for you. And that's why I kept you on the ship. I wanted to keep you safe.
No,
But,
it's good. Listen, Callias is kind of a crybaby. She's always scared that she's gonna have to go into battle, and she's gonna die, or Andronicus is gonna die, or something bad's gonna happen to him. She says that Andronicus cries all the time in his sleep. He has nightmares all the time, and he whispers names that she can't remember. But she says that he's full of sadness from the top to the bottom, and that she worries about him all the time. She's connected to him in a way that she just feels all his sorrows.
Cadmus, do you know what bravery is?
Yeah? It was like Cyber flew over there, he ate all that Dragonlords' treasure. That was really brave. That Dragonlord was like, whoa, what's going on over there? Oh no! He just flew off with the treasure so fast. Oh man! And the Dragonlord was like, no, my treasure. It was pretty cool.
Bravery is doing what scares you, and in the face of your own fear, do what is right, not what is cool.
But it's, it's also cool to be brave, right? Because Grandma said that in all things, coolness should factor in.
Coolness should factor in, but sometimes
She said that when she
it's
was a
better to be
kid, there was
smart
something
than
called the
cool.
rule of cool, that you didn't even have to follow the other rules as long as you were cool enough. Like,
don't think that's how that
say you
works.
didn't know how to swim, but you were just like, well, I'm pretty fucking cool. They would just let you just swim anyways. I mean, that's a weak example, but she was saying that, yeah, if you were cool enough, you could do anything you wanted. The rule of cool.
Cadmus, at the risk of alienating you from me, I'm concerned how much influence Siva's had. I feel that you have taken his perspective and made it wholly your own without asking questions.
Oh no, it's not that. He just is really lonely and he needed friends. He's sad all the time about his family back on Fire Island. I mean, he knows that they were bad and that they were being mean and cruel. Like, he gets that, but it doesn't change the fact that that was all he knew. And then all that got taken away. And then he's been trying to find a place on the ship and things to do, but a lot of people are scared of him. And he has a lot of trouble being nice. And I don't know. Callius and I, we saw that he was struggling, so we're just trying to be good friends. And when
And
he
you are.
has really bad ideas, we stop him.
And that's the thing, is that
Like we
sometimes
said,
it's not the really
scaring the
bad
goats
ideas.
is one thing, but setting the goats on fire is not okay.
All right, I've misjudged the
That's
situation.
called a compromise.
You're right.
Though honestly, I don't ever want to get scared to death. That goat, it went through some, was it sheep? It went through some real bad times at the end. I felt a little bad.
Well, I'm glad you were able to take consideration of the creature's point of view.
I gotta really work on controlling this. I wouldn't want to accidentally scare people that I care about in the middle of a fight.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
That's why it's better to practice on your food.
You're not wrong, but at the same time, I'm worried about you picking up bad habits. I know I can't control you all the time.
I hope not. That'd be weird.
It would be weird. You're absolutely right. It's just my concern comes from a place of love. I hope you know that. And
Uh-huh.
I want what's best for you.
Okay.
And I suppose I'm overcompensating because of being called out by, Siva.
Oh, I know what that means. That's what people do when their privates are too small. Listen, Dad. It's okay to have a small wiener.
That's not what that's
You don't have to
called, but whatever.
overcompensate to me, buddy.
I just want to make sure you're doing all right and that you have enough wherewithal that you'll be able to make the best decisions, which I can see you do.
Great. This was a good talk.
It was.
Now, if you excuse me, I have to make sure my horde is looking fleet. Grandma says
Yes.
that's a word that cool people say.
Julian will pat Cadmus's head and he will go go find Andronicus.
He goes and begins to rearrange his 13 coins into a slightly different pattern to maximize the coolness of them.
It's like that bird in the Druid's Grove in Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh man, my biggest regret is a dirge, killing that bird. Yeah.
You know, you could have played like a dirge that was resisting the evil part. And
No,
then you
buddy.
were-
Trust me, I'm having the best time. I'm living the best life. I plan to do a stream where I spoil everything for people that are too scared to play an evil dirge. I'm gonna tell you all the wild shit that has happened. It is bananas.
Killing kids was just like the fucking appetizer. Like, it's fucked up. Oh my god. Anyways, so yeah, Andronicus, you track down Narcissus.
Yep.
Okay. Will, you're on.
Oh, what? No, he's looking for Narcissus, not Nim.
All right, fine. All right, you find Narcissus. He couldn't be this big on the boat. It's small and it's getting kind of crowded.
Depends on if he's on the upper deck or not.
All right, there you go. All right, you find him. He's being attended to by beautiful men and women.
Hey, Narcissus.
Hello.
Is there a chance that we could talk alone for a little bit?
He blushes and he says, sure. And he kind of just does a small dismissive gesture, and his many attendants leave the room. Because, you know, his girlfriend browbeat you guys into giving him his own cabin, even
Yeah,
though he's...
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So,
The episode, 93 or something. Yeah. All
well, I
right.
need to check that.
What is it? Then he takes a note, like a pad of like parchment, and he flips through it and he says, Andronicus.
Nice. So I don't know if you've heard, but while we were on Lutheria's barge, I had her kill me with her scythe,
Okay.
so that I could go inside of it for personal reasons.
Okay.
While I was there, I met a simulacrum, a message, an echo, a lingering presence, something like that, of
okay.
of your mother.
My mother's in Lutheria's scythe?
No, it's not your actual mother. It's just like a message that can talk.
Oh. That seems like a weird place for her to put such a thing.
She had reason to believe that I would be headed there at some point.
She had reason to believe you, who didn't exist when she was still here, would go into Lutheria's scythe. So she left a message for you there?
Yes, I'm glad you're keeping up.
That's some big brain thinking. Why would she do that, though? I mean, no offense, but you're not very noteworthy.
It was a prophecy thing.
So
But
she knew about a prophecy that was going to happen hundreds of years later, and just in case, she left a message for you?
Yes.
In the site?
Yes.
Wouldn't it have been easier to just leave the message, I don't know, anywhere else?
Well, I think anywhere else there was a risk of it being discovered, and I don't think that risk really existed inside.
Well, why didn't Lutheria notice my mother putting this in the scythe, or that it was in the scythe?
Great question.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have for you. Great question.
Oh, you don't have any answers. Do you want me to answer? Is this what this is about?
If you have one, it'd be welcome. But no, that's.
Well, if I had to wager a guess, she put some sort of enchantment or geas in place that makes it so that Lutheria can't see or acknowledge that it exists.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right. Well, then, if that's what my mother did and thought and planned, you just wanted to let me know that you ran into a recording?
It was a vaguely sapient recording. I think it knew some of the stuff that she knew.
Oh,
some of the things
so
that
she was, and as he says something, you just kind of hear like a ringing sound in your ears, and then you look, and there's a little bit of gold blood dripping from his nose, and he is kind of feeling his forehead. He says, right. You.
That was a pact thing, wasn't it?
Don't worry about it.
Anyway, this remnant of your mother, it gave me a message to pass on to each of you, each of the 5 that remained. And the message that she left for you was that she cannot wait to see you again.
He is just quivering. His heavy lidded eyes are just mushy with tears that begin to spill.
And I know that we've talked about this before, but I think that what you should take away from this is that she loves you and she doesn't blame you for anything.
She wants to see me. Then I must remain on my path. True divinity.
And you see a capital T and a capital D in the heads-up display.
I haven't talked to anyone about this, I don't think. But I don't want to give up being a god. It's been an honor and a privilege. I've been able to help so many people and inspire an entire nation. I could give them something that they denied themselves. Never in my life, my long, mortal life, did I ever feel so needed and so useful and so seen. I might have been a prisoner in a way, but when push came to shove, they let me fly free. Thanks to you and your friends. When the oath ends, is when my work truly begins. Now I know that I am right. That my cause is right. Thank you.
You're welcome. He sort of holds out his arms in like, I don't know if you want a hug way or if you want me to leave and send your people back in for hugs.
He kind of looks at you and he says, "Okay," and he pulls you in for a hug.
All right.
Andronikos, I must ask, have you considered divinity?
Oh, narcissist.
I know that you have mixed feelings about gods and their effectiveness. In Eregia, the people believe that if you truly want something done right, you do it yourself. Do you think you could do it right?
I don't think anyone should have that power. I don't.
You seek a world without gods?
I don't seek it per se. Like I don't. I'm not
But you
striving
don't
to enact this.
think anyone should have such power. They narrow their eyes.
Do you plan to stand in the way of one who does?
Sort of our whole goal here. I suppose if were victorious against the twins, then my worries about divinity are unfounded. If a divinity truly needs to be removed, and if we as mortals are able to do that, then I suppose if a divinity needs to be removed, it will be. But just one being having that much power, that much sway over another, to where they can do whatever they wish with it, practically on a whim, I don't know. What's the difference between you and me and a snapper? I don't know.
Thank you for delivering message.
You're welcome.
Andronicos, with your terrible perception and insight, and all your other terrible skills, you feel like this went really well.
Perfect.
Clap your hands together. Good talk.
All the people that are like, pal, this is OP in 5e. It's the same situation with like the fighter and Pathfinder. If they ain't critting, they ain't doing shit. All right. So, anything else happening on the boat that I need to be aware of?
Just following up with Callius and telling her she did a good job,
Okay.
reinforcing the positive aspect of her first adventuring outing. At
You
least in
find
quite a
you
while.
find her with a small clipboard. She is inventory her 13 gold coins.
Which one's your favorite?
Oh, she immediately goes to one of them and shows it to you. It is a strangely shaped coin, different than the rest.
Well, tell me why. Why is that one your favorite?
Well, it has a dragon on it.
Ah. It's always nice to feel represented.
Mm-hmm. See, look, there's a man on one side, and there's a dragon on the other, and it's shaped like an hourglass.
It's a Faerun gold coin. Yeah.
It's kind of neat because these other coins, they kind of fit into grooves. I also like how bald that guy is.
He's very bald.
Yeah. There's just something about these coins. It just feels right.
And then she just sort of lays down on top of the 13 meager coins. Yeah.
Oh, and this is the one that Oren stole from the Dragonlords. Well, Cyber was keeping it busy, obviously.
Your Uncle Oren, he's pretty cool.
He's pretty cool, yeah. I mean, he's definitely cooler than Julian.
Don't tell him, but I agree.
Yeah.
She flips to a different page on her clipboard where she has everyone on the ship ranked of who is the coolest. You are pleased to see that you are near the top with Cyver the Brass. But you notice that Yala Titanborn is actually at the top of the list.
That is 100% fair.
It's just
Followed by Kyra,
followed by Corinna, and then Cyver is in 4th, and you're in 5th place. She scrolls all the way to the bottom, and you see Julian and Maya are below Maya's dad.
I mean, how you got her complete with Andrew Keelers, you know?
You also see that Cube
Keepers 3 and 9 are higher up on the ranking than Maya and Julian.
They're even adding, they're adding NPCs. Oh my god, adding people not even on the boat. It's a tough list.
Yeah, Callius likes keeping lists and inventories. That's one of their
Very extensive. This is
they're very fast.
good
Their
work.
favorite pastimes. Yeah.
Listen, I wanted to thank you for keeping an eye on Cyber and
Oh.
being a friend to him.
Very sad.
Not as sad as you, but. And then she quickly puts a claw to her mouth, like she didn't mean to say that.
It's okay.
I wish I knew why you were so sad.
I wish I could tell you. We've made some. There's been some progress made on that front. I hope that I don't have to weigh you down with this forever.
Well, Elpis says that you lost your family.
Yeah.
Where did they go?
Lutheria took them.
Well, because they died?
No, they're in her scythe.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, but we're gonna fix it. It's gonna be okay.
Is it though?
Yeah.
You do not need to roll a deception because she wants
absolutely.
you. She wants to believe you.
Oh, I don't need to roll one?
Yeah, you don't need to roll one because she just wants to believe you.
Fair. Well, keep up the good work. Keep your, what do you call Cadmus? Do you call him your brother? You call him your cousin?
Cadmus? Well, so, it's really funny, actually. So Cyver, he got some wine, and we all drank it, and he said, if you drink wine together, you're brothers and sisters now. And then we all toasted, and we got wasted.
Well, then, keep looking after your brothers. I know you can manage it.
Oh, also, I don't know who to give this to, but I made a list of all the food allergies of every single person on the boat. If you could give this to the kitchen staff, I think it will cut down on a lot of upset stomachs and skin irritations.
That's fantastic. Great work. Andronicus goes to. I don't actually.
She gets her calipers and she starts remeasuring all of her gold coins, recording the dimensions.
I'll leave you to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Andronicus tries to remember who's in charge of the food as he leaves the room.
All right. What now?
Gonna call Hollow Vulcan and give him the news, or
Devo, you have anything?
You need to take care of?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Do you
available to
do you well
Andronicus if he wants to
the
message Vulcan.
the nerd squad wants to know your opinion on how to get whatever it is Andronicus needs out of the scythe. Like they all turn and look at you. And Chandra says,
I know we discussed the banishment, and that's definitely something we should try. But have you come up with any other ideas? You have a brilliant mind. A beautiful one might say.
I still think,
Surely you have something in there. Help us.
I think for a moment. Do I have any ideas?
you can give me an Arcana check.
Okay, this
You could
this
start.
can't be lower.
You could
Go
start with
ahead.
figuring out if the scythe is in a different dimension. If it's a dimension, a pocket dimension, or different plane of existence. What need the specifics of what's going on there if we can figure out how to get out of it. I think.
True. This can't be lower than a 10, so 19 at the lowest, I think.
Okay. You believe, based on what you've heard and read, that it is a pocket dimension. That means that it could be disrupted by bringing an extra dimensional space physically inside of it. Now, the issue is, yeah. So you could basically pop one of them bad boys open inside, and it could really screw things up. The thing about a pocket dimension is normally the creator of the pocket dimension gets the say-so on who comes and who goes, and who can access it.
Okay.
It's a much harder thing. It's almost like a bank vault as opposed to the bank itself, right? So anybody could walk into the bank. Anybody could like parachute down onto the roof of the bank. But to get into the vault, you have to be a little bit more clever, a little bit more well-equipped, well-connected. You look over at the chalkboard and you see the first item underlined 3 times. Just ask Lutheria. And then the myriad of ideas beneath it.
Did Liren make any suggestions?
The Liren's suggestion was to create a facsimile of the scythe, and then have someone swap her scythe for the facsimile, and then using the fluidity of time and space within a pocket dimension within a hell dimension, get whatever you need out of the scythe, and then return the scythe before Lutheria notices it's gone.
Kind of liking that one.
All right, and Jed, suggestions for getting anything out of the site. I got a suggestion. Does Lyra know about 9th level magic? Probably, right?
I mean, they know about it. Yeah.
I think we need gate.
When you say that, Chandra says,
Well, one would assume that any creature dangerous enough and powerful enough to be an extra-dimensional nightmare beyond the realm of understanding probably have access to gate. More likely, such a creature has used such a spell and trapped even more horrors within the prison in an attempt to escape. A pocket dimension built as a prison generally is a easy in, no out situation.
We're gonna need a bag of holding then. Everybody gets in the bag of holding.
What about
Kyra walks in, eating potato chips. She says, "What are we talking about, nerds?"
What about plane shift?
John's gonna give you the same spiel.
Yeah, Chandra says,
I mean, plane shift is that's only the 5th circle of magic. What we need to do is understand how Andronikos was able to escape. There's obviously some sort of back door, or... Here's the thing. I have explored many possibilities of how Andronikos could have been released from the scythe. The only one that makes any sort of sense is that Lutheria allowed him to leave the scythe, which would mean that she has lied to everyone, that she is unable to release specific entities from the scythe, which makes sense in so much as she is a liar by reputation. But then the question is, why would she willingly let him in and then let him out?
And that's when you realize that in addition to the chalkboard, there's a corkboard, and he is leaning over it with a very troubling look on his face. And there's yarn, and there's tacks. It's a whole thing.
The other thing that it could be is that Andronikos encountered a being inside that knew a way out, a back door, and that they sent him through it. If such a thing was true, we would either need to find that being again, or the back door. Neither of which sounds very easy.
Did Andronicus tell us about Mitros?
He did, but many of them are struggling to recall the details of the conversation.
Okay, and that would be us as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we know he went into the scythe and got back out.
And that he met someone in the scythe.
But not who.
Yeah. And like the more you think about it, the more your head hurts. Even yours, Thibaut.
I want to consult the book in secret.
Okay. So you use the bathroom a lot lately. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
do.
saying?
Yeah, I just said shitting out that kid. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah,
it's
no
just,
one questions it. No one questions it.
no
All
one
right.
questions. Right, yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, some of them do question it. They like, yeah, wouldn't you shit faster?
Oh man.
All right, so you're in the bathroom,
Yep.
pulling a grog with a sword. All right,
Mhm.
you pull out the book. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You got any? You've been listening. You got any suggestions? What's going on here?
From what I can understand, it sounds like Lutheria knows more than she's letting on.
Hmm.
It also sounds like the back door is the true answer. Though, I suppose, the first one, where she can actually pull things back out as needed, does make a lot of sense. Generally, the jailer of a magical prison is always able to release the beings in the magical prison. Very rarely is a prison built that no one can open.
Sure. So your suggestion is we just go talk to Etheria.
I don't see how it could hurt, though if she finds out that there is something that is valuable to all of you and not just Andronikos, the forgettable, then she may become curious in that thing, and if that's a thing that Andronikos doesn't want her to know about, then she will know more about it than he wanted her to know about it.
Very complicated.
But such are the risks. She is a being of great kindness.
Deep down.
Cast detect magic. Is there anything scrying on me right now?
Okay. You cast the sex magic. The fucking bathroom stall lights up from the book. Just wah! Like you got his fucking son in there with you. Wah!
Oh man. Definitely get a couple
Yeah, people
already.
walking by, they just hear you go ah!
Ah!
Yeah,
Ah!
and they're like, ah, Malakis, he's poor asshole. And the one says, go easy on him. He gave birth to a full-sized man out of his anus. And then one of them says, truly, these heroes have faced such horrors. Hopefully that one gets left out of the songs, am I right? And the other one says, nah, have you heard? Kyra was singing it. It went something like, baby out the back. It was pretty catchy.
Mhm.
All right.
Nice. All right, then. Oh, I assume no scrying going on. That is that.
But yeah, not that you detected, yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay, cool. All right, then yeah, I'll throw that off. Then I think the best course of action is to.
In the 5th Age of Magic, I'm legally required to roll secret wisdom saves for you guys whenever you are scryed upon against the DC of the scrying.
Right.
And your enemies have no way of having like articles of your clothing, pieces of your body, flecks of blood to make the DC nearly insurmountable. So
right,
trust
yeah,
me,
yeah.
if you were being scryed on, you'd probably know. Yep.
I mean, Maya probably know.
Yeah, Maya would probably know.
But yeah.
All right, I'll throw that out. That the best course of action probably is to talk to Thylea, but we have to decide if we want to weigh those pros and cons of that direction.
All right, yeah. So you return from the crapper,
Mhm.
and you drop this news on everybody. Telemachus looks self-satisfied, like he's keeping up with the nerd squad. His idea was solid.
Yep. Facts.
Yeah, I guess Moxena wouldn't be in here because she's got to like run the fucking ship. So, yeah. All right. So what now, guys? What do you want to do in Drancos when you're faced with all of these ideas and plans?
Oh, for the scythe?
Yeah,
Fuck.
this has caught the imagination of the Nerd Squad and associates. Like they want to figure out, can we go into the scythe? What's in the scythe?
I'm hesitant to just talk to Lutheria about it, but if someone is, it should be me, so that hopefully she forgets.
True.
All right, Julian. They track you down. They drag you in here. What's your thoughts on the issue? Are you there, Julian?
I'm still pondering because.
Oh, okay.
Who does number 2 work for?
I mean, Julian, you could tell that the creativity at the table is being stifled by Chandra's constantly pointing out, like,
Well, if it's a powerful monster, it probably can already do that. And if it could do that, it would have done it already.
yeah.
But at the same time, being told what terrible horrors have been locked away in the scythe, Julian just kind of feels like we're messing with things beyond our ken. And perhaps we should just leave it alone until we are a little bit further along on our hero's journey.
Okay. Fair enough. Do you offer up those words of wisdom?
He does. He says,
All right.
I don't like saying this because I like Andronikos, and I see that you are all trying to help him. But perhaps, given what the scythe is trapping, it's best left alone for now. We don't want to go and mess with things and make the situation worse by letting out evil, in addition to letting out those who were wrongfully trapped. It's bad enough that we've got Thylea and Sidon running around. We don't need to add to the sordid mess. Perhaps with more traveling, more experience, more knowledge that we gain, we can revisit this and actually have viable solutions.
Then we can do our contingency. If we're about to lose, we can just find a way to break it. I like it.
No. If we're going to be better than what came before, breaking the scythe, while it might free those who were wrongfully trapped, it will release it will release things that should not be released into the world.
Got it. If all of you are dead, I can do what I want. Got it. Cool.
If you want to be an emo asshole, yes.
Maya says, I think Julian is right. I think this is the wisest choice. We continue to work on this, and we think of ideas and plans. This would be a lot easier if he would just tell us what's going on. And she looks at you with a look that says, I love you, Andronicos, but you're keeping all these fucking secrets.
Yeah, so selfish.
Like, you gotta start opening up, man. And she says, but we've been with the Andronicos since the beginning. He's always had our back, and he's always helped us with whatever we needed. And even if he refuses to tell us all why he needs it, I trust him, and I think we should help him. But I do agree with Julian. There's a time and a place, and I don't think now is the right time. I think what you should be doing in this room, and then she blushes real hard, is figuring out how we're going to get everybody out of here because I didn't bring enough of these stupid plants. And she just kind of like turns away. You hear her mutter to herself, I didn't think the whole damn boat was coming. No one told me that.
I feel like it's just, you could hear a pin drop in there, and then it's just an eruption of anger at that.
Chandra says, now, we've been keeping it a secret, but yes, we don't have enough cuttings of the heart tree to get out of here. And then Telemachus says, my friends, what is the big deal? My plants those trees everywhere. We just plant one down here, and then we use magic to make it grow, and then we cut the plants. That's it. He looks around the table like, guys, I mean, fucking magic. Solves all your problems. That is how plants work.
Normally, yes. It's just I don't know if that would work in this particular instance.
But the tree that's growing on the boat is grown from the heart tree, so it is also the heart tree. We can just cut the branches off of that. I don't see.
He's on. Just hit it with a plant growth. Yeah.
How is this a problem? You've been sitting on this for how long, my friends? Come on, you must have a lot going on. This is a very simple problem to solve. Chandras looks so embarrassed right now.
It's not his fault. That's not from that's not an arcane spell, you know.
You'll excuse me. There's calibrations that have to be made somewhere on the boat.
Cut to Chandras in the bathroom, and the bulkhead just staring into the mirror like, what? It's right there.
Lyran looks over at Telemachus and she says, you have never been more sexy than you are right now. And you see Kyra's eyes narrow into two deadly slits. And then Telemachus says, well, would you like to go for a walk and
gaze out at the hellish waters of the ocean together? And she says, I would. And the charcoal pencil that Kara is holding snaps in her grip. She says, Well, now that the twig problem is solved, let's get back to Letheria's scythe. All right, guys. I'm gonna need 50 more ideas. How are we gonna get into there? Nobody's leaving this room until we figure this out. Julian, with your god insight, you know that your mom's going through some shit right now.
Julian will make eye contact with her, and we'll just sort of think at her. If you want to talk, you can talk. He just nods at her, and he's gonna walk away and let her deal. Because last time he tried to fix things, it made it worse. So he's just gonna let her figure it out, and if she wants help, she'll ask.
Man, this is like a lot of like fantasy family simulator at Christmas time when we're already having to fantasy family simulator 24/7 outside of the game. I feel kind of bad about the timing here, but
It's the free game,
I mean,
you know?
some of this shit had to be aired out. Some of this had to be aired out. All right, so Oren. Yala approaches you, and she says, manservant of my mother.
That's me.
There are whispers amongst the crew that some people want to confront my mother, try to kill her.
That's correct.
Why wasn't I made aware of this? Obviously, I would want to do that too.
At this point in time, I don't think it's our best action going forward.
Is anything our best action?
There's always a best path, one that minimizes the costs.
I see. Are you afraid to pay the cost for victory?
I am.
She kind of cocks her head at you. She says, that's interesting.
Not only for what lies after, with Sidon and the Pact of Peace ending, but for what comes after. We've not just assembled a warband here. We've assembled people sympathetic to the settlers' cause, sympathetic to the plight of Thylea and the state of things in the world. To lose any of them would be a great loss for not just our war effort, but the world itself. I cannot think of a single crew member or friend aboard the Stormbreaker that I'd be willing to trade for Letheria's death.
But all mortals die.
Indeed.
To kill a god, you're not willing to pay the price. There is no such thing as a perfect victory. There will always be casualties, always be loss.
There's always casualties in a war, but there are fights that you can win without death. For the moment, collaborating with Letheria and dealing with Sidon, I believe, is our best course.
I understand that you are under her sway.
Perhaps.
But she cannot be trusted.
I trust her enough to understand that we have a common interest at the moment. I don't believe that she'll harry us as long as we work to end Sidon. what comes after that, we deal with then.
What does come next? What does come after? You are strong. Are you strong enough to govern death? In my mother's absence, would you take this realm for yourself?
No.
Who else could do the work that needs to be done, Oren? The others, they have selfish desires. They pretend, but deep down, the power of divinity would be too great. But you're a man who wants nothing. Such a man, such a person.
And she says person, trying to kind of show you some respect, because man is not respectful, but person. I mean, she's meeting you almost a woman, like meeting you
Nice.
halfway. Yeah.
A person like you. That is what these souls need. Honor and duty. Think about it.
Hmm.
She starts to walk away.
Orin just glances down at a rope snake. So, she thinks too highly of me. I have my own selfish wants.
Rope snake asks curiously, "Rope snake?" Yeah,
Pats,
that's right. It just says his fucking name. That's right.
he pats Rope Snake on the head, says, no, it's not the time. We have work to do, Rope Snake.
All right. It gets a determined anime look on his face that says, "Rope snake."
He nods.
All right. Excellent. All right. Anything else that you guys need to do or say before we wrap up? Where are you headed next?
I guess we're headed to Oathbreaker Island. That was next on the list.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. Who's your B team for Isle of the Oathbreakers?
Telemachus. He's
man.
clearly winning right now.
Yeah.
And I make sure everybody knows we're choosing Telemachus. I want the entire boat to know.
Alright. Get Telemagus over here.
Wait, why are you bringing Telemachus? Why? What happened to taking your kids to work? He doesn't need to go anywhere.
He's a problem solver and a troubleshooter.
Is he? Is that what we're calling it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
He has chronically successfully failed upwards.
Well, I don't know. If you can extract him from the big purple birthday cake he's probably buried in right now, go ahead. Not that I care. Whatever. Don't try to ask me to go, because I don't want to go.
Is she
Especially not if he's going. Corinna says, I'll go if you need me to, but I don't really want to see the horrors that wait on that island. I know enough that you should never break oaths. I don't need to see the consequences firsthand. But Falana says, I would like to go. I'd like to see. I'm into that shit.
That's my girl.
Is she?
Who all wants to go?
Like Telemachus
Uh,
he's giving you rub for your money there, bud.
Nessa would probably die if you brought Nessa. The sorrow on that island with her high empathy and sympathy she'd probably fucking die. So I would OOC meta. I would not bring her. It would be very bad. It'd be very bad.
It's hard for you,
Chandras would
man.
love to go. I mean, he hasn't been there in a while, you know. So see how things are going.
For that, is he going to be all right with Telemachus?
Yeah, it's fine. Why would he be upset? Why would he be
Just saying,
upset?
because I'm
You
probably
know?
not going to ask Chandras any questions. I'm only going to ask Telemachus.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's like, so, Telemachus, can you brief us on the history of Isle of the Oathbreakers real quick?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
No.
Guy has
One good idea in his whole life.
One good idea.
I mean, Brianna,
Absolute box of fucking rocks 99.9% of the time. Has one basic bitch idea that no one thought of. He's fucking king of the world.
Don't worry, I don't think it's gonna last. I think Lyran's gonna figure out real quick that it was just a fluke. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes you just wanna, turn your
mean-
brain off.
Oh
and-
no, yeah. What if she gets hooked on himbos? Oh, the fate of so many brilliant women.
Right?
Oh man.
That happened to my wife.
mean-
there you go.
From what I've heard, yes, that's accurate. Yeah. You and Orpheus, man. How do I get in this trophy husband club? Like, goddamn. Goddamn.
Marry up. Marry up.
They gotta let you marry more than one person. I'm not giving up
Right.
what I already built. Yeah, I'm not giving up my first situation. They got too invested.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. That's fair.
All right. So let's see. Who else would be willing to go? I mean,
Let's,
Cyber's willing to go. He ain't afraid.
What's Brianna's disposition towards going?
She's terrified at the prospect, but she's honestly helped so much so far. She takes a lot of pride in the work that she does to help you guys. She'll do it if you need her to go.
Nice.
That's the thing, though. Is like I feel like if we bring Brianna and Cyber, it's just like.
Oh no, you don't actually bring fucking Cyber.
Okay, good.
This guy's fucking trash, man.
We're trying to de-edge him. We're trying to de-edge him
Sorry.
a little bit. Isle of the Oathbreakers with everybody hanging up on crucifixes might
That's scared straight right there. That's scared straight.
That's
Maybe
true.
we need to do that. No.
It's like, look, this one's the size of a small dragon.
1, 2, 3. Well, you got room for one more. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Georgos has been there before. You know, he used to fight in the arena there. I mean, it's no big deal for him. Lorius would probably be distraught if he went there. He would just feel so bad for all the people that were being crucified and all that. So, I mean, Carl's made of stern stuff. Son of Pythor. Like he could probably handle it.
Do we want to bring?
Liren would like to go for research purposes.
Reasons.
Because Telemachus is going.
If he's there too, that's fun. But I mean, you already bring Falana. I mean, what? Maybe there's rare magic there. I don't know. Could be neat.
Ebo likes Liren. I'm down.
I don't know, her B team ability kind of sucks.
It
Damn.
does.
Damn.
What
Sorry,
is her
Leah.
B team ability?
Telekinetic boost and one for short rest, Misty Step.
Yeah, Misty Step is pretty good if you don't have a Misty Step. I mean,
Yeah, but
Like-
Yorgos has a 50 temp HP suit though. You can just
yeah, but I mean, there was a fight that you just had where you were going to take 50 D4 plus 1 points of damage if you did not get out, and only excessive use of teleporting was able to save you guys.
the Yorgos suit could have tanked one of those hits. About half of it.
Sounds like someone's standing Yorgos nowadays.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
Just
I'm
got
just
one of the,
saying.
he's just got one of the best abilities. I'm min-maxing over here, right?
Oh, okay, it has nothing to do with him being your best friend. I got it. I got it.
Fine, let's bring Lear in.
Poor Lirin. Oh.
No, we need that 1 per day Misty Step, Lear. Come on, let's go. Can't wait to move 30 feet. Can't do that with my fucking legs.
Damn.
All you
wouldn't be
magic
so
users.
cheeky if you'd had that on hand when we were dealing with the floral hydras.
All
This is
you-
the guy. This is a guy that brings his own Misty Steps. It's also once per short rest Misty Step. That's like 3 Misty Steps a day, bro.
Oh man.
Also, that extra this is unlimited like forced movement. 2d4 times 5. That's a lot of extra forced movement. If you're using terrain to your advantage, like you could be like just like whatever. Wow.
Of these giant monsters and my fucking 4 athletics, 6
It doesn't
athletics.
say that it requires any size limit. She can boost any force movement.
Yeah, but it's as a reaction whenever you cause forced movements. You actually have to get them moving first.
Okay.
Yeah, Sibo's got that. I got
So if
one.
it's a large-sized creature,
Well, yeah, Sibo points out a good thing. Like, what do you mean you can't just fucking push Godzilla? Like, Sibo's could push a fucking mountain if he needed to. He could push fucking Titan pulling your boat 3 times every 6 seconds.
oh yeah, because you're repelling blast. How long have you even had that? That's
Lirin
like-
whispers to you, Sibo, and she says, "This is the kind of stuff fighters always start to do.
Right? I know.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like.
just
They
talking
start to
about
fall. They start to fall behind.
That's it.
And then they just lash out at everyone. Very hateful. Very
That's
mean.
it. I'm getting the boats.
Yeah.
Out of here.
Green is an ugly color on him, is all I'm saying.
Mhm. It's not our fault he doesn't know how to push a mountain-sized creature.
Right?
But with those noodle arms, what did he think was going to happen?
I know,
Don't dump
right?
strength if you're a fighter, honey.
Right?
Yeah. All right. So, anyways, we'll end on that note with Orin storming off to get the boat. Beautiful. All right. So.
He's just tying the ropes up like who's gonna carry all the stuff? Not the 8-strength wizard. Nope. Who's gonna get him out of grapples? Whenever they're all out of spell slots. Who's gonna climb up the monster and give him a potion when they fall unconscious because they got 7 health points? He's just tying the ropes angrily.
Yeah.
Rope snakes just on your shoulder.
Rope snake. Like just like
They are ungrateful.
Rope snake. Yeah, just like feeling it, just feeling your pain, just feeling your pain.
I was telling a friend the other day about how our go-to strategy for fighting big monsters is just bringing acid resistance potions.
Get inside.
Yeah.
Climbing inside them. Yeah,
need to
Drax
force
the
movement
Destroyer
in its
school of
stomach.
fighting. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I mentioned to my family this weekend that I really love Spy Family. I've been watching Spy Family because I think it's a really good show. It's an anime about a spy family. Anyways, it's so stupid. It's like this. It's perfect anime because it's like very serious and very stupid at the same time, and like it makes you cry all the fucking time because like the writing is so good and so like slice of life and so like real while also being ridiculously stupid. And like, and I was like, I think it's like one of my favorite shows ever because it reminds me of the style of D&D game that I run. I was like, you've got some of the dumbest shit and the memeiest like nonsense, yet at the same time you're like struggling not to cry, like with some of the heavy shit that comes up in the games and has to be dealt with and stuff like that. And I was like, that's kind of what it reminds me of, that vibe of like silly and stupid, but also like very serious and cool, somehow blended into like a single hull that like just I don't know. It just works. It just works. Sometimes you put a little too much problematic, silly spice in there, like Skull and Shackles, but you know, most of the time, the recipe is pretty spot on. So yeah, I don't know. So anyways, 149 episodes, 150 next week, and then we'll be off for 2 weeks for Christmas. The only announcement that I have, well, I have a couple announcements, but real quick, because we're running late, is Extra Life. Red's thinking about running 1 or 2 more adventures before the end of the year to try to raise a little bit more money for Extra Life. $5,600 this year. Not counting team fundraising, the total that just my account in our server has raised that I know about is over $32,000 total over the last few years, which is a pretty good chunk of change for a small community trying to help out a charity. So that was great, and it was really fun this year, and I really appreciate everybody that helped out. And Will, like, just literally putting in the same amount, if not more, work that I put in this year, running his own version of the game, and like doing it twice, or you know, 1/2 extra time. It was it was great. It was really good. It was a lot of fun, and it kind of highlighted for me how lucky I am that because I'm 43 today, and
What?
I've been
Happy
playing.
birthday.
Yeah, I've been playing D&D since I was 13, so it's 30 years of D&D, and to live a life where I get to play my favorite game with such incredible players that we show up basically every single week without fail, and we run this game, and we explore these stories, and we have these shared experiences, and some of this stuff, some of these moments, right? Like, they're gonna just be there, like, in your mind, in your memory forever, you know? And it's really cool. I just feel very fortunate that I'm able to have this favorite part of my life be such a prominent and active and successful aspect of my life, and you guys are a huge part of that. I mean, we've been playing this adventure for over 3 years, and we're still telling this story and exploring these characters, and there's still so much more to do and reveal, and so much more story to tell. So it's I don't know. So thank you guys. It's been awesome.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Hey, yeah,
Yeah.
birthday. Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right. So anybody have any announcements before we adjourn?
I got nothing.
Okay. Well, we will continue next week. Hopefully, we don't end on an incredible cliffhanger that we have to wait 30 weeks to resolve.
I can't see that would happen. Going to the Isle of the Other.
All right. Oh man. Yeah. So we will continue the adventure on Isle of the Oathbreakers next week. I hope everybody has a safe, healthy week and survives the upcoming holidays. And I'll see you around the Discord.
All right, thanks for running.
All right. Yep.
Thanks
Good night.
again.
Thanks everybody for watching.